ngaro na la wato kuma ta bak asira linga da fo ko nyu fawo dinkira
hey elafta maboro la bank kalpo e fa igiso e seo na yuna jang iba dinkira to kati yuna wallet ibe falindiro ke kan sandiri nyat
ni la yuna wallet to si muna fanno tulo yabo mano kandri ni fen jama isi sanno la yuna wallet to ko yalla kamo soto ila wallet to kono
alkana la konda no tay ka bi yuna wallet anatan tolle bukan na balwo fanondi abe sona yaren ko bulu podo ne la mobile scan yo science ise ma boro ke wato men diate
ko be sandro ke fangole ba ko ba ke kan dimbalem isi ngi lonko e sandro se yona enterprise wato wati ani la yona wallet to la e be lan kamo soto kay la wallet to kono
alina nga kafun nanyi yuna dimbayal kan kasandiro ke yuna bitikoto alina kata nyin ko kentat la sura fa lolu di sandiro kije se ma boro fanan keje
moro jundi ana nyum ko di mabal din kadeda
It's another Thursday, and we are back here in the studios, of course, to talk about, what is trending, and of course, the state of our nation. And today, with me, I have Presidential Adviser Saikou Mballow, my only NPP friend. Welcome to the show, Saikou Mballow.
Thank you very much.
And also with me, I have Kemo Bojang, Youth Councillor from KMC. Kemo, welcome back to the show.
Always a pleasure to be here.
And Dodou Jah, always a constant person on this network. Dodou, welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having
me. Dodou Jah of APRC.
Yes.
Oh, no alliance.
APRC.
APRC. We will have to talk about...
I would say both.
No alliance too?
Yes. They're my people, they're my friends.
Yeah, I think the reunion is coming back there.
You know me, my politics, I just open to all parties and all politicians.
Oh, are you guys coming together as...
We're working on that.
Okay.
Whether it will be possible or not, it's something else.
It's something else.
Yes.
Comme nga fo nyami ndrong being a program to be kachana atila mimbe de ni bankola kola. Obviously being a president interview jël ni president diamo ke akuma yata bake molia la diamo jube. President kuma jamale fo ala ni interview to mi alonko jama babije wato aka chosle dro bare nyinsi lo anata la ya farba nyanta mandin ka kangola o kola Dodou Jah la leader the former president Jammeh fane audio bondi. We have not discussed that audio here, but we'll also look at the state of the nation. So nyun be mu fenne timi alonko bi na show to mba jubela. That's why it's very important to have the presidential advisor here because ngamra teleka president advice. But first, Saikou Mballow, ngaje ko nomination okunung. I was trying to drag you in the studio, but you came from Masembe,
that's in Kiang.
This morning. Kunung nomination okatanyade.
Well, alhamdulillah, I mean, we have no candidate or Lamin Jaju nominate at the IEC Mansa Konko Bureau. Very successfully, a lot of people came out, the elders came out, the youths and the women, they all came and accompanied the candidate to the bureau. Democratically, this is what we were looking for, and we got it.
Masembe jelo nde Kiang. Jara Kiang no for Jara.
Kiang, that is in Kiang.
Omu UDP ko la fixed deposit.
Yeah, actually that was
and the incumbent is also a UDP.
Actually, main father J, councillor main father J, Bakari Korita was a UDP councillor.
Yeah.
Wale Bijenun. So, and our own president candidate later election in 2023. I mean, Anata Alayake Tambida. So, scientists, we put up the same candidate, Lamin Jaju, against a new candidate for UDP. Yes,
so, what, and the 22nd long election? 22nd election. What do you think? You guys think you are going to win this?
Well, we are optimistic. We will do our utmost best to make sure that we secure the seat. I mean, because that is what proves a party to be a credible party and also a party that has the potential to govern.
And you guys took all of your people. A big brass BLBJ.
No.
I saw Sidin Jai there. Yeah?
Not all the
Deputy Speaker Sidin Jai was there.
Say you took some people, some of your
you took brass. All of your power, apart from the president.
All on the line.
Apart from the president.
On the line.
Jai, Deputy Speaker BJ.
Yes.
CDCC, the administrative secretary, was there. Campaign manager Lamin Cham Ngaji Jele.
He's from Kia.
Ngaji Allah Kebalang Fofananyol.
He's the youth secretary.
And then and I saw the governor also Kemo governor of the area from LRR BJ.
Governor BJ.
And I saw you.
Governor is just there like the IEC. Governor is one of head.
But the governor did not go to the UDP one today.
He went to the IEC office.
No, he did not go there today.
He went?
Today.
He was not invited. Did the UDP party invite him? He must have gone. If you have said, we send an invitation. He's the governor.
You send an invitation to the governor?
We told the governor, you are invited, we are nominating our party candidate. He came.
See, Saikou Mballow.
Let us be honest here. UDP cannot sit down without isolating people. You expect those people to come.
Nobody is being isolated.
Just like Kebado e Kumado Fonye Kunung Fati, one more Marabo. Let me tell you one thing. Mo bunya kumayatale akonye ko niaje mo jama kan tumindi ko ntebe UDP ndebe parti nangam bari mo men futa tema fo ila bunkono ay bunya itandila munati na ita la fo itandi alla akonye ko past election UDP nata fo jang MPP hani mo kili mandunja mo ka tambi jang wala ati nante fana ngam famuta bari bi al nata fo jang ala itandi ko nte fana mu alfani na dulat wala ati ngal welcome na sokon adum that's the fact. Money abije whether atinya extend an invitation.
But you know when Saikou Mballow, but seriously, Governor Solning Fenkolo ali ya Jammeh jalai minna no wolonko aka Governor Sol le use ka political ke and when feneti 2017 was one of the campaign Fenkolo mi alonko Barrow wala fo no anu hani kabra sita ay wala fo bi ningaje Governor Sol nata to political activity solto. This is not any administrative issue. This is just a nomination. Let me tell you,
that is wrong. Factual. Let me tell you. You have not seen a governor saying that Alikatota. Show me anywhere where the governor there yesterday saying that Alikatota ala the UDP or Alikatota. This president alone as a governor of the region.
Yeah.
Ni UDP Modoya invite the Amanta. I don't amend the reason. I would have questioned that why is it that governor is governor Abalanta Purkata in the invitation Pur ay Mabe Alpha Albenta Dami.
Okay,
but that has not happened.
Let Kemo
tell us
whether governor invites.
Because it is not in the governor's position to be there.
Okay.
No, listen to me.
Okay, let me finish.
Okay, listen.
When Ninko neutrality, we must practice it to the latter.
Okay.
Ninko governor nyanta neutral and non-political appointment. It is important pura ayala o function ke.
Yeah.
Governor mantaje pur kata mola invitation grace, especially a political party ke la nomination ke. Let's even say it's a Congress, as a FCR. It's got there's some administrative aspect to the Congress. Ibela reportori lebe kokela. But this is a nomination of a candidate. And IEC la setting benyaming. IEC ni tata nomination, tolbe nomination okele. Ngene keda candidates and ngene election okele. IEC sits on one side, the party that is nominating sits on the other side. Governor Sita Mintole, in the midst of the NPP supporters. And he was not just at the IEC ground. We watched it. These things are online. These things are live. But if we acknowledge when wrong is done, we acknowledge it, we move forward. Intel after all for even the appointments of governors, you have to show allegiance. Baba Galle Jallo Bimuna Aketa deputy governor to URR, West Coast region. It's because he is an NPP supporter, a candidate or a form for NPP, a looser. Be the AGB, the form memo governor of West Coast region. Munanayake governor, he is an NPP supporter. Ninko governors by right, and Inyanda Karanyaming, these people need to be seasoned civil servants because they are representatives of the state in those regions. Watumaka Kewalenya, Walanda for governor Ikatale Fueta grade 12 in the civil service cadre, Yeneke governor. More governors used to be senior civil servants, respected individuals in the country. Your civil service understand because you are the representative of the state in the region or in the division. Unfortunately, it has become a political position. Molka di nyola ka patronage because okay ning afford election wala mbatu ngake nyim place or nyimuna multi abena political ko wala kala ni after mo la political tamandi do ko ke ni do ko ke abela hanina on tar party killing abela political tamandi.
So Kemo ngaje NPP mo atol incumbent in Masembe but the NPP kunun they are not playing. I think Lamin Cham campaign manager for the first time and one interviewed the Kerr Fatou but kunun after abuka sonka interviewed in la kapiti so I'm putting it out here. I like campaign manager. I'm campaign manager si follow. I never so I never interviewed in Tola. I can't remember I want to kafate in Tola because Tolmato like. I don't know how is that. But you should bring them. But could I interview the Lamin Fati Lale about their campaign? And they are vowing to win this position, Kemo. Atolo incumbent, and you have always said fixed deposit. But every time only NPP that a by-election la, win. I hope that's not going to repeat this time.
I mean, yala mo buka dung election okono equator win la. Mo be neka dung election okono you're getting ready to win. But in toli amel long, ipareta men na yole long. Mfana parendero menking all long. But I believe Kiyama Sembe has always been in a position. Andung tolu ya tandile because hani na former councilor member Tala, I do ko kele wala tin for aganyeta because he has always been a person of the community. Bakari Jaju fana mel lota councilor ya mel londi. He is a very active member of the community. Local governance manke me kodo sototi. Local governance manke me alonko wale sembo sototi. Local governance is who is grounded in the community. Jumale ke lamoy molla, jumale be moli je, jumale ka molla do koke. Sirinja as deputy speaker, where Bob Banjuna at Masembe, or Martin Masembe Cole Carre.
But the Alfania la be weeks or the pool day. Nayam Kuba Dabot, Natali Ben Suda, Nalan Insane, Nalan Insane. If I not be the entire the phone at Alamanta, interview and Namanta. Yeah. The reason I was Almamital come for UDP Kankiling, UDP Benabat. UDP Momola Kuwulta. Hanna Kere Kuliol Soto. Patili da Kafutaji. Ntol Hanna Keta didn't want in fact na spelling be organized back for this weekend. Ya party leader invite Abitaji. UDP be wale nyama. Nina kuwa Wulta, Nina kuwa Sita, Momola Kusita, Nkata because Nkatandi Bakari na ko. Ninkelo imantara akona idamma ini mbele bakono anu mbelola nge support mankarte soto memendi ala jede but we have support mementandila ala kafako we are with you in this fight and UDP kabrin 1996 kabrin chuk mo be low wala na bakazo fon la ko akoni kulio UDP kulio keta wala mo kasia ni UDP sawo keta wala mo kasia ni UDP furuzo keta wala mo kasia katung mtolege membili wala UDP ba killing fa killing Kabondi national president Abije, deputy party leader Abije, organizing secretary Abije, campaign manager Abije, ntefo nyanda tarlaje, andu ninga anombitaje nga campaign yoke bakari. Because I believe he is the right candidate for Masembe ward. I believe UDP la local government statue abol tamandila. That is the same statue London Sanemen tamandika LRR kono being aje I lumo yele I hotel yele je. Is the same statue back Yankuba Dawe mentamandika LR West Coast region. And everybody is happy with his work. It's the same statue Taliban Mentamandika KMC, and it's the same statue, the same program that Rohim Maliklo Mentamandika. Bakari Jaju bina wala taman la Masembe kono, kajeko Gambe di wala bata boyekang, kajeko Masembe tanya to andonadi ata ale alba solala aba sotola andu mbebi tala jana campaign okay. Ngaye Jaju brothers nyindo mulamin Jaju nyindo Bakari Jaju.
Ila compounds betene. opposite.
It's the same family.
That is crazy, though.
It's the same family.
But we have advised them. We have advised them. MPP be wanyama. MPP believe in discipline, believe in tolerance, believe in respect for elders. That's nge Cindy told kunung we ngana candidate Lamin in front of the elders. Mol kayako man la fi neni rola, man la fi badin kuntola. Altema. You are badin political kanati na alewali for badin kunto eke. You do this thing with respect. Alla campaign, we want you to do the campaign with respect. More babysitting. Alpha babysitting. Are more content.
That's very good.
Yes.
Dudu.
Yes.
Atol mankande atol bemunela. Mala candidate je fatul manken. Say manken number 3 party in the country for, because we cannot get that anymore. When did you guys go on election on your own? Dudu, if I'm for Jammeh, party on nil of terra strength lonna, you have to go to elections. APRC presidential altar mabo NPP koma. Molko albe place ninola. Sila ngale place soto ale sembo soto. Albe kolo soto kam because ala molbe place leto. Député carte fayo nata e saba fayal kam fo nani bang ali o chamu su dorong ale député fula soto fo saba bang député ah
nga sele londe nga fula soto
ale fula soto bota woto councilo
woro wala ke
councilo ale gele soto woto
councilo kem nga kilinne soto nga mera West Coast fo woro ba.
So silang atul bukal fongo gauge nyin don faransita, why are you guys not going to elections? What happened? Why didn't Munan Alman contest in Masembe?
Along alliance wala kono ni NPP e candidate londe amanke APRC damma but alliance partners
alliance for muntuma
for the next election cycle the
for 2026.
Yes, 2026 la nyanta banna natara itoli e candidate londe dollar ntoltelo no laje abe wala nyama nin tor ngalonde fanan e pati koten
bala na to la pati de fala nyundol tay baluma
tonya bita fola bi ko APRC is number 3 nyim banko
no ito fo no
no
almantra hani 5 almantra to no no for any force MPP force by numbers come election notamment UDP be second Mama Kande BJ Doy BJ no don't be Mama Kande be ñun ñaato
but popular vote
no popular vote
as a member
it's presidential
but they have national assembly representative
no la nyoka Mama Kande votes be ñaato
but Mama Kande where is the voice in parliament? Where is the voice?
Don't defend him. Let me this is the problem with alliance. They come together. But really, seriously, you guys, seriously though, right? This is how it's going to be until for 2026?
No. Ku jama bije mi alon ko molba do ku kan. Nien na last congress jibe dorom. You know, balon na ko APRC nimman do ko kenu. Men fintita na congress a organize ta nyamen. Hani mo jama minul mamma be fa wol lotale ka fo tonya dol ko fan tolle fosta nganna congress
ala congress total nak ambiance société
APRC be
ano APRC kay ambiance alni UDP patital no la
amandang ambiance
organisation
amandang ambiance damala politico nganole
yes
be problème ole kono ñing alliance kola wala atina APRC be talarin talada fulala woyem batandi bake bari be doko menna wolon pour castro social londi ku wo doko le de keri na wo start le fan jannin na congress anu ala result wole fintita kabring congress ni
congress
yes
bina woto le kadu kujama kita la congress ni nata party leader Babil Mansala audio to will discuss
no
all
problem
Saikou Mballow
yes
for the past 1 week diamo mi alon ko wole banko be du ñokon wolon President Barrow la interview President Barrow interview there were key areas that he spoke about the constitution. He spoke about corruption, and he spoke about third term. For the first time, President Barrow ate belurale as a candidate. Now, all this while, President Kafoloko, he's not a big fan of. He's a fan of term limits, meaning third term ko amala fala. Mojama ko kabrin Barrow binajang anin tole min fong for 3 years late. Anin gambe no le min for. Now, but because obviously constitution also a first term case, a second term case. Why? But for me and so many other people, Barrow reasoning for going to third term is what really, for me, that did not sit well. Ako, atol NPP mkolo atol le kai ko I run because aliaje I minije ko nata nama run ala patio be falale. It is not about the Gambia. It is not about the Gambian people. It is about the NPP. Saikou Mballow. What is your response to that?
It is meant for it is like ban. For MPP members,
they are not majority of Gambians.
But charity begins at home.
But they are not majority.
Can President Barrow Kuntu follow a Kumasida from the party who are members who are in his organization?
But they are not majority. Let's agree on that. They are not majority.
Let me tell you, many kato Barrow ya lonko many kato fayae in this country. Amanke MPP damma mold me ya lonko ilata la de Gambia dingol lemu. You understand? They are Gambia dingol and they are patriotic ilafta Gambia. Dabra wole kato fire. Ni anyi kumofo. Ni manke mo me ya lonko ilafta mukuma tinya laleti. Imanya na jela ko is just the party.
But I will foko.
Ala kumonya.
No.
Aba foka nyama.
I will for.
Sign and inyanta nyilin kalanu. Did you ask Barrow? Did you question Barrow?
I wish I have a platform.
Is it only party?
No, but I wish. Let me.
As a journalist, for Jani, you come into conclusion.
Let me.
You make sure that you ask me.
Let me.
If I had made a statement.
So I follow by sign.
No, but no.
Okay.
Ninga statement made nundulato. You must understand. Invite me or call me. Say Umalo. I want clarification. It's a call. This media house, the man for the entire Gambia media houses. Just I'm giving you an example, but just come into conclusion. Yeah, Aliamo say Umalo Ako just at a man care about any media, just media, and you didn't ask me. Barrow is saying that.
Let me repeat. Let me say something. Let me come. Saikou, let me come.
The Gambian people.
No, Saikou, let me come. President Barrow Ikailoko, are you going to run for a third term? Ako, for the first time, I'm going to give you a straight answer.
Straight up.
He looked at the camera.
Yes.
Ako, yes, I'm going to run for a third term. Ako, in fact, atema le fika run no. Ako barala pati mole kai ko. Ila pati yo doya young tale. It's very young. Ni manke leader, ni forte la leader la sign. Ala pati mo atako nimpa patio is very young. Nim patio forte la leader la sign patio be falale. He had all the time. But this is what he said. He didn't talk about the Gambian people. Yeah, he didn't talk about the Gambian economy. He didn't talk about the Gambian development. He didn't talk about anything. He said his party, Saikou. That is what he said.
Let me come there. Ngamira war interview. He didn't elaborate. That was not enough time to elaborate what he wants to say.
Okay.
The whole president, I don't go menke nyim banko kang among what be. Do you know that among anything mentioned? It's just because it had been menfoka, and that was a burning issue. Ibe Lola Elos, Barote Lola, Baro Mampare, Iko Baro Balanta. That was a quick response call to make it very clear. I am going to contest. Yaja, he didn't go anywhere. He said, I am going to contest.
Why is Barrow contesting?
I would have wished you invite me to press conference. Yeah, Nininka, all these questions.
No, Barrow Abuka interviewed in Telana. I didn't know to
it's a book.
And Fatou, what I want to say.
No, but I did.
But you want to, Fatou, why is it that you want to sit in your studio and come into conclusion why you don't interview the person?
No, I requested several times.
As a journalist.
I requested several times. And they have not given me opportunity.
Through the Director of Press and Publication?
Yes, Kemo Bojang. She's watching.
But your people are always with the president. Because having done I identify
the only person they give the mic to ask Barrow is Aliou Cissé or Dodou Jah of GRTS. Let me say it on camera. Kemo Bojang knows this. Kemo Bojang is my aunt, and I'm not going to lie on her. The only people who can question of all the media, it can mic or the Aliou Cissé or Dodou Jah of GRTS. That is the truth. So, but let me tell you something. I don't have the opportunity to ask Barrow. That is why you are here. Why is Barrow running for third term? Saikou Mballow.
Why is Barrow running for third term?
Yes.
Is running for a third time a crime, or is Dosi by the Constitution? First, answer that question.
No, let me answer the question. Our Constitution gives him all the right to run. Okay. Number one, let me finish.
Thank you.
Our Constitution gives him all the right to run.
Thank you.
But from where we come from morally, We don't expect Barrow to run for third term. Barrow was the champion of 2 terms limit. And remember how Barrow came. Barrow came to serve us only for 3 years. But we gave him 10 years.
That was a friendly, I mean...
we gave him 10 years. I'm answering you.
I expect you to go by the laws of this country as a journalist.
I answer that.
On a friendly agreement with people, Nateria ko kacha, wo manke luati, ni samba wo kola I'll win you.
Tonyalo.
But ninga luati nya, ni samba ko you will win me.
Yeah.
I want as a journalist all the time when you are talking, basic on constitutionality, basic on the laws and regulations of this country. But if you base it on Karini Pati Saba Kachata, being told ni APRC be alliance, ni lefta, ye funti. Dumane be kunolaje. It's a friendly agreement.
That's true.
Be Ahmad Bani lefta. Sama e funti ko mataraje, be mataraje sama. Those are friendly agreement to happen.
So give me reasons. Why is Barrow running? Why is Barrow running for the third term? Is it go at all?
It's a demand. You ask me a question, let me answer.
It's a demand.
I don't know whether you accept it, but it's a demand from the Gambian people that hence the constitution allowed President Barrow to contest for 2026.
Yeah.
And I mean, based on the production, based on the delivery, developmental delivery, and also the freedom that he has given the Gambian people, freedom of press, freedom of association, freedom of the media, they have definitely called on him to contest for 2026 elections. That is nationwide. When we went on the Meet the People store, that's what a lot of people told him. They met him in person. They said it in rallies. If you go through the rallies, you will see it. And President Barrow, he himself, his vote alone cannot make him a president.
Yeah.
It's this vote that are calling on him to contest. Otherwise, if he had the Gambian majority, we are saying that if you contest, we will vote out. Do you think President Barrow will contest? He will tell, no, they are saying that they will not vote for me, and I will not contest. I don't want to lose.
The president said,
but the people who are voting in the Gambian elections are saying that we want you to contest, we will vote for you. What would stop him? And he is not sick, he is not mentally incapacitated. What would stop him?
Is he the only one qualified in NPP?
Yes.
No.
Yes, he's the only one.
He's not the only one.
He's the only capable.
My friend Ahmad Ba is part of your alliance. No,
they are all not capable.
Even Dodou Jah is our alliance.
They are all not capable.
Is he the only one?
They are all incompetent. It's a party of incompetent.
Is he the only one qualified?
Telling us. That's the perception that the UDP has.
Because
Democratic Party. It's only one party. When they put an other candidate, we will win them. That's the perception.
Let me come back. Let me tell you the reason why I'm asking.
Many potential candidates.
No, but you don't.
The president called.
Anybody else, the party will
president called. Ni momo na tapatiyo be fire. I think that might be that doesn't mean there is no capable person in NPP.
No. He didn't.
That is really serious.
But he didn't put it that way. He didn't put it. He didn't say when I don't contest, I have no potential candidate to contest. He never said that.
Aku pati be fala. Huh? Pati be fala. Ya wala pati be fala. Because I take ganye. Aku pati be fala. Muna ka pati be fala ni man. Ni ganye ka pati be fala. Ko pati be fala fo ni. Ni man ganye la pati be fala. But ni ganye ka pati be fala.
No, but ama fo wonya.
Why does he say
that? Ama fo ni man law election ni modo lota abe lose den party be fala.
Ako if they lose their leader, the party will die. That means you cannot have another leader like him.
No.
That's what it means. But what I mean?
Barrow will not degrade our leadership. Barrow respect his because near a wofo, what we need to go, nobody is something there.
But that's what he said. But that's what he said. It doesn't mean NPP doesn't have a qualified person to represent the president.
I mean, I leadership doya ko ni atetiye. No potential other candidate who can contest elections. No, he wouldn't. There are so many in our alliance who contested elections in 1996. Let me tell you, Ahmad Ba not contested in 1990. Is he not potential?
He is a big potential.
Ahmad Ba is a member of the party.
Yeah.
Isn't he?
Yeah.
I will name you other people from they contested National Assembly elections. Potential they can win elections.
Like who?
They can win elections.
Like who?
Sidinja Nyol Beketaje. Will be later election, will be later in National Assembly.
And will be say no.
They can when we put them as candidate.
When we put
Suku Singate, Suku was a member of the National.
Suku can win.
Suku Singate can win. So no, I told left wala. UDP boindila. I am telling you. Anene sogoloda. Ninga demba sabali londi. Abe UDP boindila. Ninga soku singate londi. Abe UDP boindi. Ninga sidi njai londi. Abe UDP. These are all candidates me yalon ko the party will rally behind them. With full force. No, I mean it is our choice to make sure so far the leader who is there by the constitution ma bali. I continue our development project and him men be caring for what on them. BBB ni constitution begin. We will move him out. We will tell Barrow see, we will either take somebody from MPP or our alliance. I continue.
When you say development,
we have citizen alliance.
When you say development projects, let me come. Let me come. When you say
UDP in this country,
I believe you on all that. But when you say something, development projects, development continue. No single president can continue to do development projects.
We are not saying to complete it. I never
no, you said development or continue.
I may start. I continue.
He doesn't have to continue anything.
Okay.
He can stay at where he is and pass the button. Presidency is a continuity. Saikou Mballow, you are from one of the biggest democracy in the West dictatorship of America. But
anyway, president told you
that one
from don't care.
Kemo,
you want to make America great again.
Kemo, what is your reaction to President Barrow saying, "I be run for the third term"?
I disagree 100% with Mr. Mballow. I think two things long. Follow I accuse la ko mang Barrow nyininka. It is not up to untolta bulala Barrow no maka nyininka. No, Barrow mem for ngawaleta. And once you say something, it's up to the people who are listening to interpret it any way they want. Nte interpret nyam fati and majority of Gambians interpret wala nyam. Ko President Barrow does not care about us. What he cares about is his party. And how is he going to continue to entrench his party in the Gambia? And I will from Moleko, Ninta Botajang, party over Falal. Two, EMM for Ekon Mota Sambala no court valid. And Unta for handing President Barrow to be in Sabute 2026 because Gambian will parade like a bondi mansaya. Every single day. Every single day. Let me ask the question. You Baroko, Alnala Padiru or Lipo. Every single day you get into this country. You futa Marcel because I follow Kerr Fatou a lot.
Yeah.
Kerr Fatou ka Vox Pops Kelejang. Almost every week. Nobody says any good thing about this government. One. Maniboto in 2016, Saddam, Meyankola expensive, was $1,650. Today is $3,350. Sukurboto in 2016 was $1,780. Today is $2,850. Tulupoto in 2016 was $11. Today is going to $23. Sukurpoto Mujelleti. Mburo was how much? $7. Today it's going to $15. What I'm trying to tell you is, it is not about what the NPP has offered the people because we have seen that and we don't want it anymore. It is about the Gambian people kafoko. President Barrow, Malafila Koteye low. Hania Modo Londila Party Okono, we are going to vote them out. What I'm telling you here is, for Fatou, President Barrow Cabrera low like actually 3 years. B, he is pushing to 3 terms. And by campaign, Yaya Jammeh had overstayed his stay. 22 years ko was Seattle. Today, President Barrow is pushing for 20 years also. Because I 10 years. Now, Lord Akoteng, the party will not grow. The party will continue to depend on him Kafoko, over 20 years later. In an interview, NPP has a quality problem.
Yeah.
And President Barrow has continued to acknowledge that. NPP nila candidate to Londila. What happened Kabribe chairman ya Londila? Iman CDC said on the PDIS. In area Londi because they don't have any competent individual in their party in West Coast region. Kabri Belola mayoral election in KMC. Imam boys will be able to nila molbe Musafa Ture will ni mobe. Imam da minister taya samana ika low election. because they don't have any competent individual. President of all Lodako, Nindem Botaje, na party be falale, Motembulu. And what I'm telling and I'm happy because there's a fraction in the party. He has made mention of 3 names here. Yeah. And I want us to pay attention to those 3 names very well. Sidinjai, Demba Sabali, Dr. Sise, Dr. Sise. So Sidinjai, Demba Sabali, Suku Singate. Those are valuable names. Posterity will tell us. But he has mentioned them. We have heard so much. Ko kelobe NPP kono factional BJ Follow Congress jang alman lo majang ko sam sam ne fon be jang
bari alto fananda Congress so alman taje fo Congress kala nyaade
ndelo Congress mo wallo studio kan
Mamadou Sabali ni fenke campaign
democracy led
decision
wait no Dabo didn't take any decision it was a consensus
okay so
what I'm trying to say is you have a competent quality problem and I'm happy that President Barrow has acknowledged it. But the member for President Barrow ko ni be sila tele ima fonde ko nga problem wala banko ka menya na falinna and I feel ko I am the best man to do that. Ima fonyo ko na do ko that nga mira ko at least janimita nyanta ho futanila to a certain stage wala ndalla fa continue la. Ima fonyo ko na reforms le dati and I want to complete those reforms before I leave. But ika mone fonyo ko na patio anintela molo. Women tandin to la once
can you check your internet please? Is buffering so bad? Go ahead.
Women tandin na once more wolom ko President Barrow cares about himself and his party. And the biggest issue for Barrow is not President Barrow himself, but it's the people around him. The people that continue to tell him ko don't leave. Because why? He left the security again. Yalo ne tinyaro menka banko kang yalo ne tinyaro menka. And those are the same people menga Barrow ko ni tata mbekela nyadile. Gambia jawaranta nga mojan. How did it end up? That is the mess we are in today. And the nim mankeku, if they want to continue that same trend, it's the same people, it's the same cycle of people. The problem has never been with the governance systems we have in this country. The problem has always been us. We entrench people, we make them dictators because of our selfish interests and because of what we are gaining from the systems that are be. And the new woman falling, Mr. Mballow cannot give you any valid reason why President Barrow should continue. Because Alasio Bejang, he has not given us any valid reason why President Barrow should continue. Now projects. The OIC road soul be Jammeh start. The project started from Jammeh. Be ngasoto OMVGB ika members of electricity rural electrification project. Sarora Karawa Jawara last start. Kabo Akosombo Dam. Kanafo Kaji Gambeja. So there's no way you are going to, even the 5-year development plan of Sarora Karawa Jawara, Yundum College Nyol Niwasifan. So there's no government that's going to tell you ko nga do ko the nyanta banali. So, Mr. Mballow, I'm sorry, but yeah, reasonable men be Dijang. I'm not going to take it. President Barrow and from Bauletala because it is from the horse's mouth.
But let me come, before you come, I have to go to 1 minute. Please. Before I go ahead, 1 minute, yes.
Dodou Jah, okay, Dodou Jah.
No, go ahead.
Yalon Kemo be men for canting. Janni Kemo be party leader, candidate, point. Why can't he point a la party? Party.
The question is not about my party.
Well, we are the founders of the party. Usenu Dabonga Londi in 1996. Aboita. Mbota 1996. 2021. Now saying Dabo Londi. Aboita.
2001.
2001. Aboita. 2006. Aboita. How many times? Gamira senior nani.
And no hani so many UDP in Kolke left out saying that
for UDP man UDP and
let me come there.
I am not trying to usenda mafoko amanya nalo. But more meya albalo ni like some was every 5 years.
But why are you worried about that? I think you should be worried about winning. But why are you going to help us?
I wanted to come there before what I do there. So and I see this argument a lot. Eko atolfana legitimacy. Alla legitimacy ka fo baro eko. Even though I agree ko patio anim banko mankile. Patio mu UDP ko da maletati. Banko mun tolbe letati. So that is why for me my focus is on Barrow. But the truth also is particular internal democracy that gives a hope to us. Now that governance albekela nyadi. Because now that democracy atol ko dabo drong. Dabo drong modern ten dabo drong. even hanna tram hani momon ko another candidate to fota dumo drong
e ko mari neni bigi UDP ko be kala UDP candidate ibe ba neni ro moyda
se ko
ba neni every day on social media
ko UDP ko na democracy men londinu ge
every day
afo ko democracy men bije ya be put across ya be ala ko
question ala Kemo, the truth of the matter is, Natal Fanang, you are a government in waiting. But you are a government in waiting. And I said this to every single person. At some point, Allah more country from attack like what is your problem? And some of them insult me for asking the right question. And I'll keep asking this question. Atul for the natural democracy 1996. 2001 ani muntuma 2006 ale candidate o min londi sinya nani lulu kodi na man gagné hani projects na official con if you draw a project and the project fails next time you go to present that project you know what I'm talking about you change your project direction
can I answer that
candidate kilo mo for sanji tan sabal fa nambi na sika wolalde
can I answer
so
that?
now ka be fo nyam fa namba fa nyam ka wolalde
okay can I answer that so let me give a binary
okay.
And I like to say two things. One, let's not move from the focus of the discussion.
Yeah.
The discussion is President Barrow and his third bid.
Okay.
We are trying to state in President Barrow.
President Barrow and his third term bid.
Yes,
let's focus on that.
Okay.
That is the conversation. But going back to you, let me give you an example. Kenya has 2 term limits in their constitution.
Yes.
How many times has Raila Odinga run for?
100 times.
That's the point. What I'm trying to tell you is you are not.
That doesn't make it right.
Let me finish.
That doesn't make it right.
Let me finish.
Okay.
It is not an issue of because Amanga Kofan, honey for third term point. Me amen for jam. Legality, we cannot multa President Barrow multa stop land. So when it goes to court, legally he's right to contest.
Contest, yeah.
But it's a moral question.
Moral question.
But what I'm trying to say here is personally, the reason I don't base my position on those questions is for me. I believe 2021 was a free and fair election. Okay. I would not believe Hussein Dabal lost the election. In 1996 and 2001, we had Alhaji Mustafa Kereyol, God rest his soul. He went on Freedom Radio, and Saikou Mballow will be supported that at the time. The election was not free and fair. So why are they changing their position today?
Okay.
No, let me continue. And if I'm going further, B. Democracy. What is the definition of democracy? It's the will of the people.
The will of the people.
Internal democracy is what is the internal will of the United Democratic Party people. If the United Democratic Party people say, we want Alhaji Hussein to continue, we will put Alhaji Hussein as a candidate. Let me finish. If the party and its people say, it's time to try a new face, but one thing I can tell you, for me, this is success for Alhaji Hussein. To a point, people can mention names in his party. Kafoko, Nyulusa Keno candidates, and they can win election. Yeah. And this is not like Mr. Mballow is mentioning people in his he is in cohorts with. But these are people who go Gambian or Leke name. Every single day, Yankuba Dabo has success. People will comment and say, this is a future leader. Rahim Malik Lo Kunung about a grant of almost 9 million. People say, she is a future leader. Talib Ahmed Bensouda, every day has success. People will say, he is a leader. Young London San, every day, people will say, he is a leader. Alhaji Hussein, for one thing. If Mola Mealonko, I'm greedy. From Mamo Janko 2016, I left no I started to reform a candidate. For I started to reform more acknowledgement.
But he was in jail.
When he was in prison. What I'm telling you. That's a matter of even before that, because the constitution was going to bar him. Kemo. He had people in mind. But Kemo, when the candidate was select, Gambian will itatarla kumbato.
Kemo, but
Kemo,
if we are going to call it like that for UDP, we might as well call it like that for MPP.
Let me say, because the reason why I say that, right?
is the will of the people. Ni UDP call after Dawe kela candidate. Oto ni NPP call for call after Barole kela candidate.
Personally, I have no problem with that. But in it's a moral question he has to answer.
Yeah, it is.
Because this is an individual.
And my thing for me is the Bankoni Patio Mankilim. But
exactly.
Parties are governments in
governments in, and
they have to show us example.
Which is true.
Yeah.
But I have no problem with that. Fatou, the UDP has been on a transition. Let me tell you something. In 2006, Shingol Nyasi was our youth leader. Shingol was not a youth. Shingol didn't care less yet and daddy. Omuntala kebalet. Be near and Tolma UDP funding Kelty and Tolman Honey 30 years sort of follow. Where monetandi transitional caring. Look at the faces that were in the UDP executive in 2018, and you look at the faces we have today, you will see a transition has taken place. Change is not overnight. And we will take this change based on the pace we want it to take, because in the end, it is a system that we are putting in place.
So my last question on this for you, why is the UDP so afraid of Barrow? Because the reason why I say this, it looks like any other person but Barrow, I think you can win. Because the reason why I say this, I don't support Barrow. This question doesn't mean I support Barrow going for third term. I am 110% against it. Morally, he should not run for third term. Barrow came to us for 3 years. Now 10 years is enough. He should move on. And he said, Mballow, give my friend Ahmad Bah.
Exactly.
You know, we will have the best president. Ahmad Bah will be the best president. No, Ahmad Bah, my friend.
Yeah, the question.
Ahmad Bah will be. But the thing is, Yankuba Dawo Sita Jammeh, it seems like Allah moku malbe ila kelomu tatamlet. Yankuba Dawo Sita Jammeh ako ni Barrow kare lola menyo fara nyimbanko kan on my platform afo Jammeh. Talib la ala go-to thing against Barrow is the Tata. You know, all of your people, they are campaigning against that term and saying it. But they are not saying it Allah side la, but they're saying it to Barrow. But again, it looks like because you guys are scared that Barrow will win. Is it that your candidate cannot win against Barrow? Because Natrako, Ali Amiral be Ganyela, Manjarinyo Sabor, Alta Pulo.
Personally, do I think we'll win? Yeah. Like 2021, we won Barrow. I believe Komba win Lalkote. Okay. That's one. Two, in 2021, nobody went against Barrow Kafai Kanalo. No. Why? Because exactly. So niaje bi mbafoka it's not considered na kera silo lembe sila la 2021 lemo. Okay. But B niaje mol kafai it's because it's a moral question. And it's about people kafoko mo memmente nyaton kayala anyanda kala mo de me anko amo morally corrupt. This is the only question me alongo people are asking. Personally nte ana Barrow hanate lota mba buti lale. And don't I'm sure of that because ngaje Gambian di won tole ko Gambian I'm speaking as Kemo Bojang. So what I'm telling you,
the Secretary General of the party stood on TV.
Usain Dabo is not my boss. Usain Dabo is my leader.
There is nobody who respects Usain more than me. I don't think you follow him 20 years. But I am for. Let
me answer the question. So for me, that's my point. It's a moral question. Is Adam Barrow telling us over and over and over again, he is morally corrupt. Because this is not the first time he has shown his true colors. Last time that true colors show. But it's about what the people want. It's about signing a social contract with the people and acknowledging when you are wrong. Adam Barrow has failed the Gambian people. Adam Barrow is incompetent. Adam Barrow cannot run this country. And that is what I am putting to Mr. Mballow, and this is what the Gambian people ikawale fire. Wala na mobe ka fire IG. 2 years, 2 term, I can't tell. But personally for me, na lafta ilo.
I lafta. No Saikou Mballow, but I'll come back to you. You can come later. No problem. Dodou Jah. Yes. I don't know even what you're going to say on this. But you are part of the alliance. Dodou, you have a lot to say. You have a lot to say. Dodou, Allah candidate Barrow, Allah 2021 candidate Ako. Abita 23rd term. Now, Kabiri Atol APRC, the reason Gambian people voted APRC out, it could overstay. Baroko, nte karantale, I will never forget that phrase. Akonte karantale, ya Jammeh karanta Gambian kol karantale. And do ngami lawolongo, Gambian ol karantale ko, imala fi moe tambi, sanji tanna nyimbankoka, because of what we have gone through. And I am going to be an advocate for no to third term. I'm not a politician, but I believe that is my belief. So B Barrow lota nyata ako atibita tatamlale ako because ala patio be falale. Does that mean NPP doesn't have, or you, the alliance, have no competent person to take over the alliance if Barrow is not there?
Yema nyininka kumadal. Nyina alliance la. NPP dama as a party. Mo jama bijele men sake no candidate. Ntengelon ne person.
But Barrow move?
No. Comme yen nyininka NPP as a party. Ndeka wala ko indi. Menala Barrow la kola. Nga mo jama le long. Mi alon ko ise keno candidate. Ile siarinje. Ate banna. Wo mu parti wala lo nyaleti mo lebije. Andum parti wo mol kadunne e ka parti wo fana bulale. Wo kam jitandi akamunta ko even ni sulata candidate la ise tano candidate o nyini yalonti. Parti akabalu wonyal. Mota fono la ko hani motelo la jam fo mo mi alon ko meta parti o kono. Wonte politique. Ikamin jibe wolom e winning candidate. Dol ka fole bi ni ko be dudu jalon wati jumala nata parti oto. Yalo minul ka wo jibe imam politique le understand. Ni amoy ko candidate mo men se gagner no wole ka nyini wole ka londi. Wala nanko nte believe ta ko NPP a candidate also. But
ima winning candidate leso.
No.
Is that what you are saying?
No, winning candidate.
They have a lot of potential candidates. But they don't have a winning candidate.
Amanke diamu jamat. Doko le ka sabatindi ko kari se winno. Kafo ko kari se winning candidate dorong yetasi. Hani wonte. Hani jikita ko kari te winno la. Ni doko ka nyama. Men nyanta yake asekeno winning candidate. Politique mu doko leti. Adiamo se atabake bari diamo buka kul sabatindi. Doko le ka sabatindi. Ando doko dobije mol buka kala mutafa. Yeah. Lafta memfo la ba Barrow e memfo.
Ay memfo.
Ya nyininka menna e memfo. Namun tete num. Ay memfo ma fo ko man nyanna fala. Bari anyanta fendo lalaje. Aka munta ko ate sentata ala party lafta menna. Abediamo kang as a party leader, not as a president.
As a president, yes.
This is the difference.
That's the difference, yeah.
I am memfo a man wrong. As a party leader, I am memfo asafo no tanate oto.
But Amanta Diamo kang alpatio.
He was not speaking as a president. He was speaking as a party leader.
He was talking to the nation.
Yes, it was a state of nation address.
Yeah.
The man that more understand.
Address.
Yeah, nyininka menna. Ala jabironying. He's talking as a party leader.
But what I'm saying, he was talking to the nation.
No, the interview. Ay kujamalema.
Yeah.
Ay kujamalema. Andu nyinta tam issue. Meye nyinnati. Problem one is within the party. Kabring voice ye mem fintindi ye mensafe about Mohamed Jah coming to replace him for the next election.
Yeah.
More kana nyina wodia.
Voice len toldu ni problem over.
One nanko ala focus is talking as a party leader. I diamole nati party nyin kono fo ku jama bije mi ala ko lafta party o problem. Wala tunanko ala diamo. He was speaking as a party leader.
But was it right to speak in that tone?
We are shifting the goal.
No way. If I were the journalist, I would put a follow-up questions. But
it doesn't have to be the journalist. What about the president?
We cannot make excuses for the president.
No, go ahead.
I'm not making excuses. I'm not making excuses. Along NPP as a party candidate, no coindele. Barrow memfo, I'm not looking for any excuse. What in ngafo lonko I memfo namun tetinu mefendo lalaw. But I'm not looking for excuse.
Yeah. But Dodou, do you have a problem with the president saying ko instead of the president saying ko? I can understand if the president said ko, I have started a lot of developments. Left wole labana. Bankobe critical position le kono nyinni be keri left wole kela. But the president telling us ko ndela patio be fa Barrow, you know, as a Gambia, you know what that should be ko? Barrow doesn't care about me, B, Sukuro Dabesele Rinyami. He didn't care about Manolo Daselo for me. He didn't care about my pocket. All he cares about
security
and everything. What he cared about at that point for me as a citizen, Wolongo, na patio be falal. Who cares about Patifa when you're supposed to talk about the entire country?
Exactly.
Like seriously,
That's my point.
do you have an issue with that? Because I have an issue with that.
Of course. Nako namanlo ala pati be falal.
Yeah.
As a journalist, this is why I'm emphasizing about follow-up questions. be ku dantam
ala ngani le fo why should you
give me the you
are very objective. No, you are very objective.
And memem fola mbe kumol fola jam me alon ko honorable ta fola asike no atema kalam.
Yeah.
But based on my own observation ka kiskisoro menke follow party will bele a problem also. NPP is not an exception. There are problems within NPP. And betembo mento ntefe President Barrow damale sa regle no. Problem kilim bi je mi alon ko fulol ni mandinkol a misunderstanding sort of within the NPP.
Okay.
And President ya kalamutale.
No,
listen, I step tale.
No, wait. Go ahead.
I step tale. I normalize.
Okay.
Be near Barrow Bondije. Ibe notakila. And wose ke no sababu ti patiwefa. Ningo fengo mbet dalilo natil.
Okay.
Ulati nanga je chodi. Ko ala diamo wana ko he was speaking as a party leader. Because membe caring party wonyin kono. Anu nyinnom toñati Barrow Bondije bi and people have a problem also. Yalo munom ko nyinti. Ni keta incumbent. Mol bebe nalade. Not everybody at NPPB they are loyal. Not all of them.
Yeah.
Dol bi je resources la yatinna. Ibe nafamen sotola. Wole sambaje. Ila nyimda se abe example ni NPP saunta ibota man sakunda going to opposition. Most of them itejela je kotake.
Yeah.
So that is a problem. At a fintinola B because Kolkata anyama what a fintinola. But Barrow as a president ala patio kata manyameng. Moma understand aka complain solmen soto problem olmen keta. Nobody understands it better than him. Aka mem for alone. Wala nan ko benying example killing ne dealer dolu bi jele. Amanka MPP damati the party will be a problem soto nyimbankoka. So based on that level, even if it was me, for the sake of what party were attempting, purka bill I will contest.
Bodudu. Yeah, okay. Bodudu.
But it comes to the same word.
So that supersede
the
general interest of the nation.
Nkana jeleto.
Ima particular interest.
Nkana jeleto.
Okay.
Ntemeta kafo. Nko. Mbe IEC chodila. Imantara kanna demokrasi makoy kan.
Okay.
Niatu patiol bulu. Wolta kela.
Okay.
Yalo hadama dingo. Mentariata ka kulu ka landi silokan. Wolom luwati.
Okay.
Nte believe ta menna ninko nto lata democracy la. Ntenko charity begins at home.
Yes.
Internal democracy.
That's true.
Party will be momo keta nyaton koti amampare ka jenke. Andu mobu ka challenge. Pour ka challenge ka foko bori nyori ntele nyanta lolaji. Ate caring. Nga memmo Halifa Sallah akate contest la kote. Ay wolefo. Bari najibe membe kala bari ate kola ibe jumale chudi la janka ko ay woto na
ani doy fon is Halifa ni sidé dro ni Halifa not at this time next time so
we menyitandi wolo internal democracy but wol man taraka balundika and mense mako no wolom luwali dala from the electoral laws ko any leader ni a two-term serve ibe jenkela ni misal fe America ila system jibe
aduta nyawnya
ni ko the Republicans or the Democrats ite moto londi la je atije because system ole bi je mi alon ko candidate se bunu dula to moyeloje bari ntol la hani fu ntol APRC mawosoto ati je internal democracy te keri woto man nyanna president damma belem la amma foko ay même fo wole nyanta bari if we are talking about Gambia even the opposition should be held accountable as a government in
that's true
and it here for Jan bari même nyanta kela really ni mo believe the entire term limit, you need to demonstrate that practically.
Ngamra ni term limit ko oppositional ni ndoli tolde de ya tum tolbulu ntol journalist la ni activist ntol ba tikala because internal democracy te molab ibe
no bari
ala tum tolbulu ma champion because that time manya na sotola nyim banko kan and we will speak against it every single day because it is wrong morally. You understand? Banko bi jang Gambia da malum banko in the sub region. Mimman tam limit soto And the reason why we didn't have it is because in 2020, NPP led Barola Mansakunda in a deputy constitutional fight. Yeah, fight. Remember that time dealer. So that is why I give the responsibility to dealer. Because you are the
you know the record.
Yes.
So that is why we didn't have time limits. So this is the issue. So I think he's right. But the thing is, Gambia no nyanda sona baro ko nyele ko ate karantale. Ako yaje me karantale Gambia no karantale. Anu Gambia tonya Gambia no karantale. Until we do vox pop, right? I remember I was in China. Na dini ngoltara vox pop in KMC. I saw the vox. I was laughing. Mami, yo fujile ni no be ka fo nyun tata baro mo do nantena fa. Maybe KMC long, UDP ngolo. Itata birkama. Ngami moyo I was surprised. But kabri tata banjunu. Na mol mo banjunu ya kumo minfo. Ngajele babu ka bahu basa fina this lady gaga kaka untile lady gaga sai. Every day. We want this country. We want this country. She's interviewing UDP people. But ika min dismiss buka karang. I saw people almost they voted for Barrow and they're telling you we voted for Barrow. But 10 years is enough. We don't want min tambija. And this is the reason. And so atolu Barrow ko Gambian no karantar. Ako Jammeh karantar. We will continue to educate the Gambian people why we should not have anybody run for third time. It's not against Barrow or any other person. Hani Kemo Bojang kita president of Soma. Naka be tatam kila. We will campaign against it.
Not only the president.
Yeah.
The political arena itself.
Exactly.
That would be very unfair.
That will be unfair to the political parties.
To target Barrow.
No, I'm not saying Barrow.
No.
I'm not saying. I'm saying.
Parties. Let them revamp the political party.
Yes.
That is
No. You cannot do that.
That is what can happen.
You cannot do that.
It begins at home.
Mr. Mballow.
Yes.
Now it's important. If we say we are going to follow laws, let us follow laws the right way. We have an electoral act, an act that gives political parties the will and mandate to determine their own things. And let us not speak in vacuum. We cannot forget history. From 1996 or 1994 to 2016, there was no political institutionalization in this country. Political parties were more focused on surviving. 2018, 2017, the political party will start institutionalization. Okay.
Why not then we start?
Wait. Let me finish.
These coalition members need correcting. Because if I finish.
Mr. Mballow, you didn't support there.
Because the good lawyer.
It's not
good judge. Because UDP was in.
But can I finish my point?
No, but the thing is, that government is Barrow's government.
Your government is everything in this country from
so that is the Barrow's government. So what we are saying is
Barrow's government, but what I'm telling you, we all know what is let's call space.
So are you acknowledging that was wrong?
saying that Usainu Dabo was the one who was orchestrating most of those things.
As an advisor to the president, you are sitting here saying that.
I am saying
so
that.
you are telling me your president is spineless and cannot do visions on his own?
He gave him his foreign minister. The president gave the foreign minister.
You are telling me the president is incompetent and president cannot appoint people?
Foreign missions. He appointed foreign missions.
What has appointing people in foreign missions has to do with?
They are from the UDP.
What has appointing people in foreign missions has to do with people changing the laws?
It is now that Barrow took it from the foreign ministry, appointed people. But he left it with the foreign ministry.
Mr. Mballow, what has appointing people?
What does that say about the president?
Incompetence.
If you are the president,
that does not mean
you can take that differently. You cannot use a yardstick and say incompetent.
No, I'm not saying, but what I'm saying, what does that say? For example,
for me, you say the president has taken his
I am the foreign minister.
That makes no sense. The foreign minister has never. Can you bring us that? I am telling you, you are wrong. The foreign ministry was not, or the minister has never been responsible for appointing people. PMO Lekamol appoint. But what you are telling me, you think
do you want to tell me? No. They act on your government cannot work. Foreign minister will tell them that I want Kemo.
The foreign ministry, not the foreign minister.
Cannot just appoint somebody.
Mr. Mballow, you are wrong.
Is the foreign minister?
Mr. Mballow, you are wrong. So are you telling me today all of the scandals happening in the foreign ministry at all Tangara bin Barrow lake? Because Barrow is today appointing them directly as you mentioned here. You are telling me the scandal that happened in Cuba, the scandal that happened in Guinea-Bissau, the scandal that's happening everywhere. Private things. So you are telling me your president is appointing in Cuba. You see how contradictory he is now? You see how contradictory that is? Let's move on. President Barrow is appointing poorly educated people. President Barrow is appointing people with bad character in our foreign service. He's appointing bad character.
Now let's move on.
You are afraid of foreign service people talk about and people that are tarnishing the name of the country.
They are working.
Also, Mr. Daboy, they are not Gambians. You see how contradictory you sound?
Now,
you see how terrible you sound?
What I'm telling you is people.
Thank you. Can we continue?
If you can blame Barrow foreign ministry, why can't you blame foreign minister then?
I am feeding you your own ball. I am telling you, what you are saying is very contradictory.
Now let's move on. The other thing that Barrow spoke about was corruption. What he's going to do to curb corruption in this country. Dodou Jah, Barrow's corruption is as old as mankind. The last time Barrow spoke to us, Kabri Kaiko Auditor Solar report, audit is an opinion. We didn't take that lightly. We thought that was serious coming from the president. Audit is an institution under his government. This one also, corruption is as old as mankind. I saw a former OIC deputy Chenko, corruption is as old as mankind. So is honesty and and justice.
Profound statement.
Now that is really like when I saw that. It shocked me.
It's a profound statement.
As the President of the Republic, I understand that is a statement, but you cannot use that statement just like that. For somebody who said he is going to fight corruption, to fight corruption. What does that say in President Konyoko? Corruption is also corruption problem. That's what what interpretation of what is your interpretation of that?
Corruption is as old as mankind. From the beginning of creation,
we fight corruption.
Adam alayhi salam, that's coming to this present generation. Corruption never followed. Niaji alaka kilal ki. Molla state society katara nyame abuka taku and wala mission momenti kanaka multilindi wala honesty and justice wala anati. But corruption never followed. Ntefe corruption mukuleti amanyan na tolerate la.
Okay.
Aka tinyaro menke, aka munta ko, aka damage men cause, aka siya batha. Bari niya fight, abe nafa men natila, aka wara back. Misal fe the alleged corruptions, membe keri nyim banko kan, na budget damma wo jibe, always nka deficit lesson. So those allegations, na recover, will have a budget surplus. Just to give you the example of corruption aka tinyaro minke. And a budget deficit aka men wulu nka men donto na challenges aka lafale. Bari niye surplus soto wele ka yirwa tariandi development aka nale at a very high speed mi alonko molbe nafa jelale. Woto manyan na corruption compromise la. Kalwal dada aka londi abete atale. Bari ntefe anyanta kachala from president. Anun kudol bije a nyanta step tala ninko ka step ta ma foka mo soro wasifa barika address is very very important as nyatonko ka diamu kudol la molke la moy anun sometimes allegation dol bije kanata lightly ake ila responsibility la doko ko lumulum ba folola andun kol nyanta danna dame yalo membe keri bari ni abtu mol bulu adiamo kasia ni motata marse to chochobe siaring asese so kono ase kuku satano aski mol bele beti amo keka bari ni mol ko alila moy mol beye dey mo kelin diamuta ay même fo mol ka moyle ando asataro ka diale ka sone abake anu ñinnom nafati ka communication ke effective
communication
hanna tara choduro le bije toñati je ne ko koyndi mol ballo na ko toñala wala toñante je nyanta jibe la bake bari corruption nyanta fight la le it's not enough ka foko ameta bari itela jamano ibe mune ke kanne pour ka je ko corruption ibakela anu ne akele annafa be murle kanne ilafta ku jama kela ima keno minul nyante ma ko la wolbe tiñaro la corruption ka waleke andu nene nga fole mi de do to nko corruption man sakundale kake ni nga fo ma explain molta understand example bi motobe mbulu man license jo man driver's license ma license dixon ba borindi kanne jumale marta pour kanyin kol jibe police an institution lo mi alon ka be man sale ko bi na em muta man kayto soto na kudo bondi ngadi ala em bola ngata jumale corruption ke man sakundala parce que ala doku la wole sonta corruption yeke na insista ko ate kodo mutala men nyanta loi be tamala corruption be kala ba hani loi anan tilimo wole be tamala nin tata bi customs nyanta fen jola iko 1 million ko hani 300,000 muta na negotiate ayem bula ngata jumale corruption ke
the officer
abe jumale koto man sakunda woto man sakunda le se corruption keleno den tol minul be banta we not have the opportunity pour ka practice wala ka tamanti ka kele aka follow would lalleto
that's true
to instill discipline and patriotism nyinde be corruption eliminate la at the first place then molte hanila hanni police o mutante hanila pour ka bra bi misal fe America police break wala e muta ko be ko dole dia
hani Rwanda jam
inyamama
Rwanda no moko nyoko ataka hotel to suto ala domoro la ay moko mandina way domoro dia akaba so ko dole dindingo borita ako nyi la sakala hajo tinyala because of the discipline in there so these are the things
because man sakundale ka loi enforce itole o sembo soto police o buka loi dala ala doko menti ka enforce bari men nyanta enforce la ni woya compromise afango sonta pour ka tinya auto corruption de jani
Kemo mune reaction to Barrow statement corruption is as old as and it's selective and I'll come to what is your reaction
so ndo men fala dorong I first of all la fa fala dudi ne ko ngamira I get the point he's trying to put across but ngamira I mistaken dinkele katun corruption follow manda because ni Islam wala in the jurisprudence of Islam fitra wala disposition ala e malaikol be dalenu and they were all obedient and honest ay bulamin ka wala ke for kabring iblis
not
turned against Allah ay afon yala kolke secondly
so meaning honesty le follow
honestly
that is not fitra
no disposition ngawle for wala
no you mentioned fitra
let me can I please finish my point
iteka mencho di malaiko fitra is not
no I am giving Dudu if you don't listen to me until I finish my point you will not get what I'm trying to say
go ahead
when I mentioned fitra I was coming to Adam alayhi salatu wasalam but I am speaking about the malaikas first because malaiko le follow that hani jannin tolbe dala and wala wato ika Allah obey they were honest and they were obeying God until Iblis anata afalinta aketa disobedient wanoti then nata fitra to Adam alayhi salatu wasalam because fitra in English translation is disposition innate disposition
English and Arabic is different
I'm just saying a context but what I'm trying to say here is cool even Adam kabra he was done he was yada he was yada in purity wala na be arjana and arjana wato menna Allah mem fa ka bara wala aba ala batolla right kabri ala batoke for iblis nata finda ka wotumo lan corruption nata so any good janning bad bina good lakana
okay
you understand then going to the point ngamira President Barrow in my opinion ala mirolo another form menti ay wole fo because corruption order data state house bu wole fo kono in number 1 marina parade Fatou Barrow is the first lady men dunta in such a corruption scandal ko ngaje investor ka kodo kala account ko wakata banko kan nobody can deny that
35 million
but what na niro moyle Jammeh carrying airport and how all of them have been implicated in trying to kill a state owned enterprise with GIA mbota woto How corruption it has been brushed under the carpet. Hani kunun na 57,000 at the central bank. Mamweko calls are coming from state alleged calls are coming from state house. Kafoko ya oboyo bula ani ya kodo muruni kafoko afama tamu kodoti. Haven't we heard about the 400 million at the Gambia Ports Authority? Haven't we heard about the continuous 3 million nawekla staff on Ngamel Moijang? Ma Moijang menketa fisheries department. Ma Moijang menketa nawek. Ma Moijang menketa social security kabli Mr. Manjambije. All of these practices melianka keta nyimbanko kanne. What has come out of it? President Barrow for Lord Damakavko audit reports are mere opinions. Mere along Walnyanta Silotandita Benyanta Menkela. Akweko is a mere opinion. What is along woman pay corruption kelola. And the munatina because now corruption or kele a formula bunkona belaban na world and our formula mole mutala. Mole question on how come a party Mealonko is less than 5 years old was able to build bureaus all over this country from scratch, buy land, build the bureau. Mamira, how come over 20 vehicles, double cabin, 4x4s, 4-wheel drives were imported into this country by a political party less than 5 years old? How come a political party called a staff old Joe in this party? Hey, I've got a friend called Farida Naburema. She's a political activist in Togo. Ako, political parties are not wedding parties. If a political party doesn't ask you to contribute money, ask where that political party is getting the money from. That is one of the most profound things Nene Moyala. And to me, that is what we are seeing with the National People's Party. Where have you heard Molko, Nakodo Lanyoka? Where have you heard Nakodo Lanyoka? Kana NPP party of Balundi in Bangkok? Nakodo Kawaleta Keda party of Balindala. And Duwala na President Barrow will never fight corruption. And I agree. Corruption has many stages. Hani potholes will member Siloka. Ning silo nyanda kela 60 million ti. Yake 30 million ti. Among years old staff and mel staff. Potholes will keda. Less than 2 years. Silo member for silo. Exactly. Ning accident was sort of water. Corruption ole o molfa. AIK was 60 billion annual mel for anyim Bangkoka. Mone botaje. For ngamwele ibitaka Quran sign they are frustrating the families. Mone botaje corruption olom. Now, boys will mel fata kiang lembam for jara mel seleta nawek polo linkano corruption olom because when easy fixes cutting off because la famulekela what are we going to put in our pocket? It is going to harm us, it is going to continue, and I can tell you for a fact Fatou President Barrow ta corruption o kelela kato afonla kuntio tinyimbanko ka.
Saikou Mballow, President Barrow he's going to take tough stance against corruption. But you know, he made this statement corruption is as old as mankind. Also, corruption is selective. What does the president mean about that? Because when he says corruption is selective, it reminds me about a few cases, right? We have seen audit reports from the State House. We have seen the FAB Foundation having 35 million into the First Lady's Foundation account. There was no investigative report about that. We didn't see it. Now,
but it was corrected.
But let me finish.
From the beginning, from the offset.
Saikou, let me finish my question.
From the offset, that was corrected.
No, just because your statement of doesn't tell us the truth. We don't believe that.
Was the truth. So you want to tell me
let me finish my question. Let me finish, then you can say. The first case that this government dealt with was $35 million is going into the FAB Foundation. And nobody told us. They just issued a statement. What the president naming for Koibako investigate.
Nothing came out.
Ibrahim Silale Nata statement or the Ibrahim Foyana for statement or Rafoma Laola. Let me say that. He knows he didn't believe that. The other thing, the other thing, I know Ibrahim didn't.
This is why they don't want to come to a store. But I have seen this. Of course. Well, let me tell you not about family. You think he will come here and you treat him like this? No. That's why people are coming. That's why.
But you always come.
I come, but you see the bombardment you come in with. You allow Kemo to mention here million corruption cases, unfounded cases. social media.
Come on,
Kemo
man.
media na allegation no.
Ila mo purula sanka birolo. You cannot talk about corruption.
Okay, but you cannot
Social media ka foko.
Somebody did anything.
No. Accept that. But no,
let's just continue.
You condemn them. You think they will come here?
We are thanking you for honoring
let me clarify that. Let me say this. You're making me laugh. See, the reason why I'm more critical to the government is because that's who I pay my tax to. I don't pay my tax to APRC.
Yeah, or UDP.
I'm not that hard on them. I used to pay to them, right? And we hold them accountable for B.
Yeah.
Every day in Jammeh for actions mean kita government.
That's true.
And the reason why we're doing that because we used to pay our taxes to them. Doi, I'm not that critical to Doi and Mama Kanda and others. I have my things with them and I tell them what I'm supposed to tell. Internal democracy, I told Kemo. But when it comes to issues that affect me and my community and the people,
are not in charge.
They are not in charge.
I agree.
You are in charge. I'm going to be critical. And you know, that's why NPP and the executive should understand. As a journalist, when I sit here, I am going to be more critical to you because I'm paying my taxes. Saikou Mballow, you are paid from the consolidated funds.
Fund, yeah.
And that belongs to me and Dodou Jah and my Mama Minkatiyo wife is working. It belongs to all of us. Now that money that you paid, my share is there. I'm going to have a say on what you do for me. So
that's why when there are questions, you as a journalist, we are bound to come and
that's why.
But if you are not accepting those questions,
I'm just explaining
our statement, then what is the point for us to come and give you our answers?
I'm explaining to you why I'm being critical.
What we expect is, when we come here, you ask us questions, we give you the answer, you go and find out. Next time I come, you say, Saikou Mballow, you told me this, but I made my investigation. I found out that this is the situation.
Okay.
But you are not doing
now
that.
You have a homework.
You don't trust it.
But now, okay. So I'm not talking about the FAP account. FAP
account, we make clarification, we came up with a statement.
Okay.
That was just...
So I'm not talking about the FAP.
That was just blown out of proportion.
Okay.
I'm telling you this, Kemo.
But how come? Kemo, is it coincidence, Saikou Mballow? The same people that put money in the FAP account in 2017 gained contract in Nawek few years down the line. Is it coincidence?
But they told you that the money was the one that they hired the plane to go to China.
Okay,
that was
good explanation. But that's the good explanation. Okay, good explanation. Now,
that was very
the other thing, my thing is, Ibrahim Silemi for iko Kabirim ko kita force Fabi nyole for they are investigating this. I still have that statement. Your statement bondi ko told by investigate can how that money gone into that account. At that instant, Dodou Jah, nim ko do data mbiti alanko for the tickets. Nim molo nyin karo ko photo phone lanya at that time. It took time, months down the line, when Ibrahim Silla came and said that money was to kabri masakunda natano Chinese ol nyantaka ila triple finance to go. Ikoni ake Gambia government la accounto at the time tala le priya process.
Of course.
But this is a government. Ni an ko 35 million bina. Central bank to fund no la why is this money come?
Fantastic.
Go. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't hold water. If Kerr Fatou wants to fund a trip and central bank somebody is supposed to pay.
Once in the system, they can explain.
No, we also work in government circles. We worked in government circles, Dodou, and we know how government works.
No, but we're still in the correct
Governments are different.
No.
In that capacity, whereby you can
The way governments operate are different.
I give you that.
Never worked in that capacity.
I give that to you.
Though he worked in government, I agree.
Yes.
But he has never worked in that capacity whereby he was involved in hiring a plane for government officials.
Okay, I give you that.
I give you that statement.
Okay, I accept it. In good faith. I accept it. Now, my question is, the president said corruption is selective.
Yes.
And a lot of people said he was right when he said that, because the only time government prosecutes somebody for corruption is when it's out. For example, the Banja case, because Malagan had the audio, it was out, the story was out. The other time, the Ministry of Health also this NGO,
Yeah, 10 million on you.
these are people,
The COVID fund?
Well, thank you for NG.
Riders for.
No, it's not. It's
Oh yeah, I know the malaria.
The malaria. World Fund Fund, because they questioned and told government to pay it. It came out. That's why they're prosecuting it. Now, man, community along, our first of all, along. There are no cases that they are prosecuting.
Give me, just ask me question.
Why? When the president said corruption is as old as mankind and is selective, what does he mean by that?
I wouldn't mean. What I mean to go corruption tarajani. Corruption we can fight it, but we cannot eradicate it. Ni na mama nyol, na fama nyol ma eradicate.
Yeah.
Yeah, understand. Until to eradicate, the future generation coming will not eradicate it. I what I mean. Ako we will fight it. I giving an example. It is me 14 say. Banjanyol. Investigate. We are a democratic government. Barrow man was sembo soro. Puriet Fatou 2 man drunk. He killed called the police. Ala Samba and keep her incommunicado. Now the police will investigate.
Yes, but we should know what happens after the investigation.
Go ahead.
As a journalist, that's
true.
Barrow he is telling people that government is a democratic government. Amawo sembo soro purnin kari ala alta airport corruption ketaje aita you go and arrest them. Alta port authority corruption ketaje I will arrest. Ni ku keta allegation or the report nada. Akara fight to the police. Investigate, prosecutors. Will ya investigate? Ni ya dube ko there is an element iota of truth in this allegation. Then will make recommendation to the Solicitor General for prosecution. Democratic government can do kuwanyam. Otherwise, if you want to behave like that, kamol muta ke samba, you will end up ke samba ke bula. Because ni tara dalila tije evidence tije. Then who will dumale be malula government? Government watu altole be wulla jam fanan al you sit down here iba fara ko ni government kay ni kay mela do kolo watu ni mo samba corruption ola e mo accused ye mo ni samba jojo ba fala ali evidence na fentije you will say it here wala atina ntol ni ku audit report nata aka ki to the police wala investigation ke ya jube fo to nyale mu dalilo element of truth bije ko I mean discrepancies keta ni wo keta den ya samba to the Solicitor General mi ya lon ko wolle marta pour que mari samba ko bari ni wo tije bunem what's the point kamo samba fo ka pare ya bula
let me come
banjala case wole keta na mi banjala case ni health ibe men fo kan fana wo fana the same thing wole keta there are cases men ya lon ko they are with the Inspector General of Police anika bi wol ba investigate.
Let me give you one example.
It's not easy.
Let me give you one example. The agriculture case, the fertilizer case that Kerr Fatou investigated.
Yes, in 2019, huh?
That case, the police did their investigations and made recommendations and sent it to the AG's chambers. In fact, the AG's chambers forced them to make a recommendation for prosecution. Ipareta inata ya withdraw. That is a case me uncle Gambia Bailey akalam.
No, but listen, Muni Atine ya investigate because ni nata and they get a second opinion. The Solicitor General, they look for second opinion.
Let me give you another one. That is one.
No, let me tell you.
Saikou Mballow, let me tell you something. I'm telling you these things, in as much as we are all laughing and we're saying this, but these are serious issues.
No, what?
The truth of the matter is these are things, corruption kills.
Definitely.
Corruption kills. The reason why our hospitals are not properly equipped is because somebody is sitting there. The Minister of Health, procurement processes dealer. Right? Minister for all seat and Toliako, they are corrupt.
And he said it in Parliament.
Minister of Finance co RVTH, what 2 million collect, but inside they're collecting almost 8 million. I beg it because Kodo Kadu who are lekono. These are things and it's killing people.
That's why the investigators.
That's why we are sending the police to investigate.
No, we are not.
But what we are saying.
Let me come. Let me finish. Let me finish. RVTH.
Because accusation can catch you Mballow.
No, Saikou Mballow. Let me Saikou Mballow. Corruption.
People like me will not accept that.
Saikou Mballow. Saikou Mballow.
Near to near some. I will not sleep.
Saikou Mballow. Saikou Mballow.
Even to you.
Saikou Mballow. And let me tell you something. I'm saying, let me tell you something. Like, for example, IEC audit report we all saw it. We reported on it. The police, their investigation is gathering dust. Ministry of Health, let me come. Ministry of Health, let me tell you something. Let me finish. Saikou Mballow, let me finish. Ministry of Health, investigation report, police only investigate. They were supposed to go and in fact they went there and spoke to officials. Malafka moto for them. Itatale mo investigate. Ilafaka command the police station or no for political reasons. Kana command itate na dia at the ministry of Health, police all. On record. Ministry of Tourism, investigative report. A high nang police investigation. They were supposed to talk to some officials there. No fokan. Had State House. Ala audit report na tala ngajele. Nde kamin for wolonko. Nim baro kala after corruption or kelela. Akana ke selective Saikou Mballow. Corruption or kambele batandi.
The bill is there.
We have nice laws, but we don't implement, Mr. Mballow. And for me, what I'm saying is cool. I don't have a problem with all you are saying. But it's the process that the investigation is supposed to take. But if some of these investigations have been completed, the public is not aware of the investigative reports, or even if they are aware, nothing is done.
Let me give you an example. Let me take both of them away from this, and I give you an example. For example, my issue with sometimes with how governments work, and I think even APRC nata UDP nata, it might be the same because mansalo ni mo mansakundato rek yansan iko ninjere kila sembo. For example, we saw what happened in BCC. I saw the report. I saw some part of the report. There were damning issues that happened there in that audit report. How many staff of Banjul City Council were in the band?
About 20.
20 staff of the Banjul City Council, right? And some of them, police label question come, right? But if you calculate the amount of money that is involved, it's not quarter of what is alleged in the Ministry of Health law audit report. Now, something like that. But you tell these people to go and sit home. Or department doto, nabe woto, imam fem for woto. Me as an observer, I look at that as selective. And I'm not kila wonyama. Because ministry dolbiji does a life and death issue awards.
Exactly.
My grandmother is sickly. She has diabetes and all this crazy stuff. All they do, I like to go to Banjul Loptan because I believe it's the best in this country.
Of course.
But it's the best.
No, it's
my mom went through kidney issues, so I know what private hospitals did to kill her. So I go to RVT because I know they are the best. But when you go to RVT, you get the best service.
That is a fact.
You get the best service.
Every private clinic, ambulance,
but you get the service, but you don't get the medication. That is the truth. Muneko wosabu. Amanke ko mansakundabu ka boro kunku order de. Amanke ko mansakundabu ka boro order. Because from what kanari amanke ko mansakundabu ka boro order de. Ika order de. Bari boro ka kenya dire na order. That is not. Ngolo fo. Amanke ko mansabu ka boro order.
Altol bebe pe killing.
Amanke ko mansakundabu ka boro order. Bari boro na order ta. Ning supplier minyanta dialysis machine one natila, for example, another 10 fena. Where jumale batandi? Ntol bad people. But mansakunda ya jole already. And somebody needs to be held responsible for that. This is the issue. Saikou Mballow. Mbebe kukilong olokon. And I think this is a life and death issue. Kabila Jammeh dialysis, Jammeh force dialysis machine natija. My mom was one of the first people mintata through dialysis in this country because the machines were brand new at that time. But you be dialysis in Senegal for you to take your people there.
And
we
you
used to do
travel
3 times, and it's so cheap. But the B, proper dialysis for so to hani yellow fango. For it a soldier role, and take a bori soldier role, a yellow donate. All of these things is the mismanagement in our hospital system, and that is the fact. The minister himself has told us. The RVT is the director board chair for Jan. Ako, you know, Bekere. You call the audit report or Ketal Fapareta. You report again. This is our problem, Saikou Mballow. What is your response to something like that?
What I'm telling you is what the president is out to fight corruption.
Okay.
That's why he has pushed this bill to anti-corruption bill in his National Assembly. This has never existed in our laws.
Okay.
Anti-corruption bill. It's President Barrow who wants to fight corruption. That's why this bill, he accommodated the bill in National Assembly. And also he has set example. You see, Fatou, it's very difficult. What you are saying here is it is not easy. You see, criminals, we stay with the criminals. To go and catch somebody, the criminals themselves, it's not easy.
Yeah.
And it is very unfair just to suspect somebody and then incarcerate the individual. We have to go by law. That's why we have the police institution. When somebody is accused, we assume him innocent until found guilty. We cannot be just, if somebody is accused there, go and lock him. We ask the police to do that, and the police are investigating. When they investigate, they send the file to the Solicitor General. Sometimes Solicitor General, they go and see something, they
Attorney General.
Yes, that's Attorney General.
Yeah.
Solicitor General, Attorney General office.
Yes.
Sometimes they can go and you send a file there, they see something there, suspect that there is forgery here. They want to prosecute, something else come up. An additional evidence that is this and that. They have to hold on the file. Those are, I have been in the United States. It happened even in the United States. Sometimes certain cases go up to 3 years before somebody committing crime, before the FBI is able to apprehend the individual and lock him up. Because they don't want to go to court, lose the person, counter court, sue the government
for
and take
damages.
Millions. You have to be very careful. If it is dictatorship, you don't care. When you lock the person, even if he's innocent, you don't care. You say, I lock you up because you were accused, nothing can go. But now, in a democratic state, if I am accused of something which I have not committed, I am prosecuted and free, I can counter.
So is that the case for the agriculture case?
That's why we are very careful.
7 years down the line?
This is the thing.
That's why we are very careful with this.
He's talking about the process. He's talking about the process. You are talking about the end result. You know, aka follow dame. Ala labango woli buka finti to the public. Iteka jele emphasize. You know, but the process ning, of course, mol nyanta embrace la as a democratic government and institution me alon ko mol ba lo kanne. What a buy no la. Dari lafta men fola wolo. Corruption.
President ko, let them take action. But he cannot tell them go by force. It's wrong. You have to give them time. Let them do their work first. So, with all honesty, with all fairness. This is can be a thing all. You from family people. Ni accusation. Ye mari samba. Ye mari sorong. After Molia Lonko, no Amanta Wanyama might be modole a kudoke. Even murdering in America, you see somebody a more around 20 years after Tonya and I Puntiko, he was not the murderer. Imam Ibuka, you are in state one time.
Just recently in UK, that Gambia,
very careful.
Have about 6 years.
Can even more police law. Make sure Tonya, this person is the person who committed this crime. Atele committed. Gani, rather than just I want to make sure I am fighting something. It's not fair for President Barrow to do that.
Okay.
And he will not do that.
Okay.
He wants to give everybody your responsibility.
Okay.
What I think I have a commission said and other things. Let them do it diligently. But hurry, because I want to get somebody just get up and lock him. That's not fair.
Okay. Now, Kemo.
That is what is happening, to be honest with you.
To be honest.
That's the answer.
That's the answer.
Yes.
Okay. I accept.
Thank you.
No, I'm not going to argue. Whatever you say, I accept. No, me, I'm not going to argue with Saikou. Whatever Saikou says, I accept.
What he has explained is very clear.
It's clear. I accept Saikou.
Yes.
But you want to add something to that again?
Yeah, but I mean, I think you understand that point. Kemo mentioned here something.
No, but I question.
No. I didn't answer. Kemo mentioned here
about the list of corruption.
This one we deal with the corruption. If you can recall, Kemo said, I was the one in Freedom one time saying that.
Yeah.
No, not you.
Kemo, why are you?
Okay,
I didn't say pass that topic.
No, I say freedom. No,
I said freedom. You see.
We'll come back later. At the end, you can address that.
Okay.
Constitution. Kemo.
Constitution.
Kemo, Barrow, he's ready to, and this is what I've been calling for, to give all the dues to the president, even though I thought it's late, but the fact that he wants to dialogue with your party leader. All of us want a new constitution.
Yeah.
And the president interview alafita ani ala party leader a dialogue to have a concession, being a d'accord, Gambian will deserve a constitution. And you might not agree with him at the beginning, the process and what they did. But the fact that he wants to open up dialogue, that looks like a good start. Are you guys willing to do that dialogue with the president so that the Gambian people to have a constitution that they deserve?
Yalom Fatou, I think most of the time the mistake we make, especially when we talk about issues of constitution, is we are centering the wrong people. The position is not for Mr. Dabo or it is not for Adama Barrow. The position about the constitution is about the Gambian people. Mr. Dabo's doors have always been open. In fact, Anim Barrow being anywhere, you will see how Aka embrace Jammeh. Mr. Dabo le Adama Barrow ke akatamenti, altakola. So he has no ill will or ill intentions against the president. So if the president feels he needs to talk to his political father, I see no reason why that should be a problem. But until a point is when we talk about the constitution, it is not about Mr. Dabo, it's not about Adama Barrow, it's about the Gambian people. And what we have continued to say is in 2020 or 2019, a constitutional review commission was set up. Mealonko was empowered with $166 million to do wide consultations, go around the globe, from Bara to Palodi katafo koina, yebo woto ena South Bank ma, foye futajang. Everybody in the kundumo I contributed in that constitution. So the constitution lakobi, it is not an issue of amanke issue to me alonko. It's about who wants what, when, where, and why. It's about what the Gambian people want.
But Kemo, UDP and NPP are the biggest
let me come.
Even in the National Assembly. Let me finish here. No single party can single-handedly pass the constitution because you need 75%. And MPP the mata cannot. What
I'm trying to say
what I'm saying, so you need together for us to have
if you explain Yami, I like to start from Genesis.
Okay.
Because it gives context to what I'm going to say.
Okay.
I will not just jump 10 in 10. I give reasons for what I am about to say.
Okay.
$166 million was spent on this document. There are wide consultations from the top to the bottom. Even in the diaspora, Gambians contributed. Civil society groups, everyone. Now, document present. It was distributed. People had the chance to put in corrections. Coming now, okay, at other household, Jumala kick out, Adama Barrow more. Because they felt it didn't serve the interest of on a platform. It has something constitutional. Ala mol deputy men were supporting there are ample evidences to show these people are in bed with you. They might not have a party at the time, but they betrayed the trust of the Gambian people. Saying, you went and sat in your bedroom, in your cabinet, and sita, and yet corruption okay kotenke. Because corruption, financial corruption, this is legislative corruption. Aliyah constitutional corrupt to suit the interest of one individual. Ali offending na al control so wala. Unko Gambia di wali document women deda yemen present ala samana moliye mbe sonna walela. The United Democratic Party position has always been the same thing. Why is Adama Barrow afraid of the 2020 constitution? They can follow the Cherno Jallow constitution against the Dodou Jah constitution. Why is Adama Barrow afraid of the Cherno Jallow constitution? If he is clear, why are they removing sections like section 5? Mealonko is talking about transparency and accountability. Why is it we are so focused on killing to empower or killing the rights will protect? Until position has been a particular position. We are open to dialogue, but what we are saying is bring the people's constitution. Going back to what I'm saying, it is the people that matter in this conversation. And our lawmaking is not a layman's position. Until Gambia if I see people sitting on a platform speaking about the constitutional process, this is very dangerous. In as much as the people
he believe in constitution.
No, but I'm not ready.
Go ahead. 1 minute.
So what I'm saying here is let us go back to the people. Let the people tell us what they want. Constitution.
We cannot go back. So the only time we can go back to the people is referendum.
But before referendum,
now amendment, not the second round.
Second reading. Hani cabinet position. Position. We went back to the people. We listened to the people. Na deputy went back to the because particularly task wala. Ila moli memfo. Na lola moli. Usenda ukawale. Hani dotole falindaje. Ndolta sonna. Why should 2.5 to 3 million people compromise for one single individual? We are not going to compromise for Adama Barrow.
Okay, now
Adama Barrow should compromise for the people who pay his bills, for the people who have made him who he is today.
Saikou Mballow, even though our system at the beginning, because the process was wrong, it was not consultative, but the president wants to correct it. I think that's the right step, and I think civic education shows and this is what we were calling for. Political leaders so they know to get a kacha. We cannot continue like this. We have to come together and agree on something and have a constitution. I come to Katol Pareta wala. But in Barota, but NPP Hansa and Tema position moy. Ning constitution dia mo be ke ndi NPP moy ba. Ndema NPP moy. Mo na to position ot.
Na person mumendi wala mo nyinti ko ni constitution. Yaje. Yaje Barrow e wofo. Barrow I double respect Alaftala. Mo me yalon ko ya bondi kasor. Who was supposed to serve how many years in prison. Nobody knows whether he would die there or not. Because of Alabarafa. Quickly, I action ta. I double bondi jail.
Jamela abon father abon.
No time
because Barrow was not even sworn in as president. How can a non-sworn in president?
Let him finish. I was just throwing Go ahead. Go ahead.
That was Soron Sajang. Because of God and Adama Barrow. Well, I think I have continued in prison.
Yeah.
Aman stop there. Loi man so mome yalon ko ya konbi criminal in our books even in 1997. Pour boy serve as a minister. Ake minister of foreign affairs.
Luatinya auto. Na ba woka luatinya. Barrow fong le luatinya.
No, let me just tell you. Aman luatinya.
Barrow luatinya confirm kanja.
Kaisa no. Let me just tell you. Ala lafo.
Hanide. Kala fin wala ninka banko luatinya woman news.
No, but don't fall.
Yeah, Mr. They found contradiction.
No, but go ahead. Just mark for you whether ni info I can surprise.
Okay.
Ko ninga will be Qatar. You can see I'm telling you where it came from. Ala love for Dabo, where it came from. Ala respect for Dabo.
Yeah.
You understand? Ni idea about fola. Hani kabi. Alabunya member Dabo, Dabo is holding is the second party, biggest party in this country. Whether somebody likes it or not. Because in parliament, but and in support, but need to have an election data. In the data of presidential election 2021, they became support. So what imagine now undermined. Ni be ko kela ni na kela in Bangkok alnyanta sila aliyakat ya bunya democrat ka woleke wala tin na baroko na Dabo because Dabo sita ako I will not accept it hani line killing mo ma fo foro de ndel ma moy opposition dumale wo for in this country. Except that. So what atina ako? Ngeri Dabo, this is I will not hesitate. Ngasi ngakata. But in Bunga Dube Gambia, because this constitution is not for me, it's not for him, it's for the country.
It's for the government.
Now discourse.
Did you guys do any efforts to reach out to Dabo to have a conversation?
Through the media, we expected Dabo.
I need it.
Dabo to respond. How many times need Barrow fail for Daboma? He go and respond. Need Dabo fail for. Dabo respond. He goes like that everywhere. Honey Trump need democracy fail for. He will go and tweet.
Look, I welcome this idea, President Olafani Dabo.
Yes.
What I expect is to take it further for the president to
officially
reach out to Dabo. Right? Because I remember, with all the learning, President Dabo Salula. Like so many people like this is good. Because after everything, government left them like
Barrow has no problem.
So you don't think
Barrow is down to earth.
So since I didn't pronouncement. No, I know. Since
but he is somebody mayor.
Yes. But since I didn't pronouncement on it.
So since I
didn't pronouncement on it. Debate like that. That would Barrow. That would Barrow.
the degree of respect we give.
Dabo nimbo
Baroko, I think I'm not from UDP and Bureau. So now I'm not to accept that. So ultimately organize now moderate.
I don't know about that. Fully bent
no, but he need better fun. See this. No, he come in for in the political life.
Exactly.
That one need Barrow need better.
Yeah.
Bunya and respect.
Whereas for me, I think it's Jammeh
Yeah.
because we don't expect them to meet up and fight.
No.
Because that is not just human phenomenon. But respect is not just lip service.
Yeah.
Mr. Dabo is a senior statesman. He's the second doyen or the doyen of the Bar Association.
He served up to vice president. He no more now, for example, vice president. Right? That's the biggest
exactly.
All other positions are below that.
Exactly.
Vice president is
no, but yes.
That is
so we are Africans. And respect is very important. You have said President Barrow respects Mr. Dabo. But I have not seen that in the president's actions. It's one thing to say more respect, but ika loika for more ala network ko leka fail, or ika for ko abetenne, or you are saying so, or ikatara in a platform. Ya Jammeh be. When Mr. Dabo was one time disrespected on his platform, what did he do? He sent Farmata Jahumpa back. We expect the same level of maturity from a president.
Do you know how many times Barrow is calling on his supporters?
Let me say
do you know that?
Everybody does that. Mr. Dabo does that.
Most of the supporters. We cannot stop you from criticizing.
I'm an advisor to the president.
You tell them.
And I am just sending
No,
I'm just sending a message to you. Put your foot on the president. Nyimbango Kabin 2021. Do Kuman Kenya. Kabimba Ngabe political. And that a lot has to do with the political cycle and in the political calendar. Because 2021 presidential keta, 2022 deputy keta, 2023 you had the councillor and Fengo mayoral. 2024 in 2025 the malum or 2024 the maisa ko nga doko fonkeno or for keta commissioner load. 2025 we are gearing up to get into elections again. Nimbanko can because of political mukado and because nka two words all fail anyoye. Politics has
no, but Kemo
I
told you the political. UDP every day is a political day.
As an advisor to
the president, they will tell you the Barrow be I'm telling you this.
I'm not denying. These things are subjective. Model can think otherwise because
but Kemo be mention Kemo yalo membe keri dulado. If he is not, he does it. All the criticism. But be Mburo in America. I'm just from New York. Mburo make a son $2 B. Is going to $8.
No, no, kilo that $9.
I'm not denying.
She said, I used to go to Costco.
This is what the austerity measures. So what is your government doing in providing austerity measures?
Saikou Mballow, are we going? We'll come to the state of our final round. Saikou Mballow, finally on the constitution, we will Dodou Diamo on that the Barrow concern. Will we see a situation where Barrow will reach out to Dabo so they can have a conversation? Because next month, that's when the Deputy will have the first reading.
Yes.
And the new conversation on Manke, what is expected is going to be thrown out. Because UDP Deputy according to what Dabo Yafonye on my show twice, Wolonko, they are going to vote against it.
And that will be unfortunate for the country.
You voted against it
if they vote against it, we are not going to a second reading. It's going to be dead. And now, but if the possibility of us not going through that, Dabo Barrow Site Kachata, and they agree on key issues, Lonko, Dabo ya nyulia soto UDP ni la molia soto as ko nyimu area letter of concern, in Barrow nyulia discuss it, agree ta. Okay, in attack committee stage, are we seeing a scenario where Barrow will reach out to Dabo because Barrow le sonia kolea J kolea taka Dabo je kodi Dabo I can just walk to pipeline nga dungal office okono ngaje, but I cannot do that to that Barrow. So if anybody should reach out, it should come from the president because atele mansaketi atele J ko kolea, right? Are we going to see a scenario where he will reach out to have this conversation before March?
We will reach out to all the opposition.
Okay.
That's our aim and objective. That's what the president wished. He wished Gambian stakeholders to come together for the future, for the interest of this country.
Does NPP want this constitution to pass?
We want this constitution to pass. This constitution is the same as the 2021.
No.
It's just certain things that are amended. Just the amendments. Certain things amended.
No, all chapters were amended.
A
lot of things were amended.
No, it's just but it emanated from the 2020 constitution.
A lot of things were amended.
So what's the problem?
Dodou, you and I have this conversation several times.
Yeah.
But the fact that Barrow wants a conversation, what do you think about that? I think it's a good thing.
Ntela Carola, nana manjiki ko fa be osi falfala.
Yeah.
But kabira fota, ntefe, anyanta tamala sai.
Yeah.
It's important.
It's important.
Alan Kemo ya for about Gambia, but this is about parliament.
Yeah.
Because naman vintage Gambia te opportunity sotola for hawala hani. And parliament niaji be UDP NPP la. Misal fe ni fulol be ye nyomoy kabenta ko kula wala betama. Noto alliance and the other independent candidates will stop no like because it's a minority. Ndefe it's very important and komi afo nyameng ka futa Dabo la kaje wole soneata katambi president. Because he's the head of state, protocol wise, logistics, amanke kuti mensesona. But it's still possible. They can make an arrangement whereby, Dabo's at the state house. President Fankas as a surprise visit Keno, ala office to pipeline wala konda kono. Yes, kacha. Abe memulula motalwa fayake. Bari ni sita ikachata ku jamase even beyond the constitution. Lot of things se kacha no mi alon ka bekela bankola na fa. But untembe wo encourage la and mbela flare wo kacha esoto.
Okay. Finally, Dodou, the state of our nation, security, the economy, koleambe kiri, mbe d'accord talako koleambe kirne. Domorol Dabi salary. But recently, one quality I want you to address, but also the insecurity. Right now, ngaminje ni watu kono
homicide.
Recently, minuketa in 1 week ngamera nani. Wale register ta asilo nya warta. I know for me it's more of a lot of the incidents near Juve, how we live as a people is important. most of them is family damal joteta. But also community policing should be something that we encourage. Police will need community bulola nyokang kajeko nasuol kono minbe kerinje, and having positive conversations on the media and all of these things. But somebody told me some of these things is because of frustration or what is your opinion about this ning cool minbe Bangkoka right now? I mean, obviously domor kuolte.
Okay, nisen sono 1 minute. Nga kudo kwendi nim Kemo be menka chakan. Nka lafile kom dina ko ni ngama nga senende.
Okay.
Est-ce que l'on a lié même pour l'ilmu qabla al-qawl wal amal. Ko londo wala ka follow. Ya nimmo be diamo la wala e baro.
Yeah, that's true.
E along nga même for nun ate me maybe amanna argument ni understand wala tina mira ko nga mistake kala hani. Ni Adam alayhi salam jibe mo mawulu ala le ada. Abenun dameng in heaven. Kol bebe taka nu nyama. Iblis nata ka misli ka manene ay men komida commit ala ya jindi bankoka ay ke khalifatun fil ard. Bari kabringa ala yo decision tay malaikol yamari ko ba jindi la. Malaikol yem même fo ibena fenne dala mi alon ko ibe ku jawole kala kayolo bom bankoka. Monati na malaikol ma fo ko ibe fenne dana membe salo kala kasungo ke ani ye ku jawole sat. Ila kende ya womamma. Andong hadiso kila salam kamen fo kullu mauludun yuladu alal fit. Ako denano wo denano aka wulu seneyale kan. Mun seneyalo wote aka wulu dino le kan. Parce que iko kabri niol ala e niol be da ay nyinin karo le ke alostu bi rabbikum qalu bala. Fonte mal alla mariote. Fonte manke alla mariote ibe sonta ko iko ha. Woto won niyo na wuluta a sonta le janna ka wulu ko alalom ala mariote. Kila sala kan yin seneyale fo. Ani hadiso tententa ako ila wululal wolle keke kristiyanoti wala yahudo wala dina koten bare aka munta ko dena o dena no wuluta a wuluta muslime yale ka fitra am woleti ko aseneyata
innate disposition
aseneyata le muslimolom ani muslimi yale ka nka jele chodi ko wala nan ko corruption wole folota tiñaro naketa doron alaka nabio mol kile pour ka mol karandi ke tilindi siloka nka jele chodi lafta jele senende la doron kana ye menyininka ye kufulale ma mi alon ko banku te kering mol se men chodi ko development bije mi nyin kufulo man sone a mol fe security balu fengo yalon niaje ko mo sasata akata jaralola minatinna mo aka healthy ala balunya bi nika fen domo mi alon ko is not healthy wala man bete ay be kurannal woto nika domoro kendo soto wobe mako ila jata kenda yato andum domoro a bete ata wala molsulata ala nyawonya natara kairote kering fitnole be je problème le bije mote hanyela fang pour ka finti kata domoro woto kulo mi alon ko choki nyaaya le bije sa nie gambe jibe na banko a doya bata gambe mbele nyolo katon fo koyna mbele nyolong nka fama nyonna jamfata nyonna mose wo fo bari ni kacha keta dorong nimman deng nka nyolon wolom kuti mi alon ko kanyim banko la security regle aman kolea bari kula bije kabri ko security sector reform ku jamale tenkundi including na soldierol mentality movement dol bul wolon wol nyanta si la barracks ila engagement nyanta kala foreign action doron banko la bantwal bari jang akamunta ko e jenkendile ntefe wo nyanta jibelale ku jama se keno pour que use ka je ko banko la tanko wo iba implement abi janneno jammela time be example di la isena no Senegambia ye police checkpoint o taraje yeta Kirserin Johnson oto ibe military checkpoint le taraje sa ni police ol négocier tay Canada ite kanano la soldier yalon ka security apparatus be use aka nyinne sabatindi pour tilingo fana ay soto ni ko molman tanka ila kordal kono ila bungol kono wo mu masi bole amanka hani moltide hani motol dol ka pakle on the highway lampo be dame wala police station be dawo da suto motol be juru maringe and nyim motol be dolu kordal be bulle bari ila soto man futa pour ye security nyini membe kantaro ken wo kam yitandi na community wise people are not safe material fanang aman safe motola karola molsa wo be experience no community policing bi na sabati ñaabe ñaamen aka munta ko molke mabo i kordal kono ka tambi kunun misal fe nte sawunta dula imma na korda kuto nga wole lo wala luasola men ka kenu ikadun kordal kono ka mol konton ko ntele keta luntanti nata pour que fa yitandi molla ño suutero aka men yitandi wolo ni luntango dun tal kono al balo nako kari manke jammolti molse hakilo tuñol bari binde nin jita do ko langan na korda bunda soro abanta sumando na bembulu security bi jele ngaduru jale ñinin ka be sinola ñin fana a ñanta jibela ñanta ño kala mutala ñinde be politique comme community policing fana bambandila parce que bi mbukalon jumaati hani minul be steering dula dolto imanyo sute ka fada ko kare ka tambi jan bari ayabe munto mo jama buka understand oto man sakunda ala responsibility lom ka ji ko security nga bambandi nte meta ka kombo kufula poliso bulu kenseng baka munta ko Gambia damma ntol lebe turi nyanta tambila nyen surtout mi alon ko wollo mobile ka tara in public space hanna manke heavy arms but light arms membe ko handcuff pepper spray abe police ol hanyindila bi ni mo doko chika ke attack bulu kense ibe ko dila inyo ye tanka wole fisiata iko ibe lola ke fanke jambaroti niyo ye tuje woto je nyanta jibe la kendeke andum ko fula jango police intervention unit kana si fo kuye ke nga intervene nga prevention londe bang police prevention unit ka je kun te baturo ke la fo crime naketa bari be fero le lande la pour crime akanake nyimne be mol mako la andum ala example ntenga jele weekend dolom sonde katanum palma ndada fo Johnson oto nga paral le taraje mol minul kana ni suspicion soto wala bago le be bulu ke sagle ke wisite ni sisol je murol weapon mi alon ko fondin kelle ka samba at the beach side ni dibo dun ta dore ka molle attack la mobile ol ta ila kodo wo sifa bari just pour ka mol side dorong wolom pour ka crime prevent itol man sifo mol ya report ko na mobile ol filter yewdi hani ni siko soto mola karola doro isa kumande aliye kacha ya nyinin ka munebe poso kono sava ko hani no fentiji afa ko ila poso bondi najibe membeje nyin sifa ku jamale ka ditag akumma ya tale san domoru ko na economy san wo sam men kan ka membe sata microeconomy this percentage inflation percentage the layman Gambianol na alpha wolta understand na itebe men nte believe ta men na nin lafta na economy e bo ngafole nko that mentality of Gambia being a tax based economy we need to shift away from that nyanta wo falinale tax damma ate bankuti jemi alon ko pour tax damma e ba besla wala pour ka develop wo man kanya ntem believe ta men na wolom production and consumption nka mendom mfangol nga produce wole be mako la inflation ye tara bagasol adaye dia nyin ku si fale be kul fale nona bari madama be bokam banta nta control nona madama be dolale use la pour ka sanderoke prices will go up andu meye mako fang ku dol bi jemi alonko duty we fa yeleke sa imagine natara ikawol charge wol fana yela price lan abe kala problem bati san ku jama bije man sakunda ba kata kan even subsidizing bari nimbe mako kan ko nyanta beteyala misal fe nawe jibe government ke subsidize about 1 million san nafo ngawo subsidy bondi iko nawe al operate al fanye ka je ko al balla expenses cover tarif be la falale jumale be batala molle be batala ni mol batala be man sakunda ala attack government is subsidizing on fuel ni o manke paso be la fala momo ma jono abe tamala dula jang pour kase nadi minta be man sakunda ala attack woto nyin ku si fale mol ka fo ko kul man tarata kan anyama it's not criticism, it's not attack, but these are facts. Now it cannot sustain itself if government don't intervene. The same thing, petrol be wala nyama, kudol be wala nyama, kudol be wala nyama. Akamunta ko even the budget in most cases is going to support institutions instead of pour kata mol can directly kamol la life upgrade. This is the challenge. Yes.
Yep. Dr. Sise for Gambia is relatively secure. He believes that the country is relatively secure. The only reason why these are pocket phone calls but he believes we are relatively secure. That and the obviously in the state of Domoro.
I think Dr. Zise is being dishonest. I think he's just doing what he can.
He's my
because
friend.
He was my lecturer and he's my friend. In fact, when he was starting his party in 2017, I was one of the first people he spoke to. So we are super close. In fact, when he was arrested, I saw my memories 2 days or 3 days ago.
2018.
I entered a follow call until the morning. But I mission Obulale. And the fact is, Dr. Zise is the mouthpiece of the government, unfortunately. And he will say whatever butters his bread. And Gambia political will be caring. To say these things are pocket incidents is very dishonest, especially from a state minister. These have been a sequence since 2020 for B. We have had murder cases upon murder cases. There were times we had gangs attacking people in this country. And it goes back to my point. Well, this is not an excuse for anybody to attack anyone. But human beings are selfish in nature. And human beings will go, sociology and in psychology. Human beings are selfish in nature. Human beings will always look out for themselves. So, to a point where society has lost its credibility and everybody is just looking out for themselves. People will go out and attack each other. Gambia. But what Mr. Male menfo? But the men kake austerity measures le put in place. Pour kaje ko yela mol makoy. Bi Gambia. Nkonga menfo no. Security ya menfo. Police will need that kamana for motor tambul. NPP 20 pickup trucks sanya. Ya adila molla. 4 months akunda ata odila no police wala ba. Mbodo biro lota ya dudu ko womange corruption ote.
You cannot tie that to corruption.
No, wait, let me speak. Let me speak.
Yeah.
So NPP biro loja with money gotten from businessmen who are friends to their party, ya contractual di mella. What it all no no manzakunda budget ke bang aya puru ngo puru police station ollo. What is the unemployment rate in the country? What is the inflation rate? We are 10.3%. That is terrible for a country as small as Gambia. But remember, it's a tax-based economy. And secondly, we are hugely based on remittance. But the diaspora more than Nimbanko. In diaspora Coltec, Nimbanko people will eat sand. To a point, earlier. If you compare prices of Maniboto 2-3 years ago for RMB, terrible sky job like that. We are not producing. I mean, you cannot control, probably do the member if you continue buying in dollars. That is the global market reality. Well, but what we need to do is for the dollar to compete. The dollar cannot compete if you don't produce. Well, for example, what is our monetary policy as a country? Exchange rate in 2016, $71.51 for $72. You know, so these are all cool people are facing it. And for me, it's about distribution of wealth and resources. Put in social safety nets to protect and income support. B, for example, Japanese rice nata. It is sold at a court price. B, NBB Mazakunda Kamunege, Niming support Manulara from China and Lado. They give it to their political cycle funds, put profit also. Unfortunately, NPP needs to redirect. Mr. Barrow, Presidential Adviser, and I hope you will take some of these things. These are not attacks, but these are things talking about Bakau. And Bakau is a multifunctional community. More BLPJ. We hear about everything. What I'm saying, because Nimbanko Sonia and telephone. B, Koyaba Mobe can, regardless of how much you earn, in a purchasing power talata, because Korean table. Maniboro does a senator, Muro does a letter, Tulo does a letter. Since a kilo is $15 a killing. How are we going to survive? Dudi has already mentioned a lot of things, and I don't want to go back to them. But they come in for Jangolam Kom. Until we produce, and Manzakunda has the power to do that. Don't take the loans, don't take the grants and give it to one businessman. Kulongorong, we saw over Gambia's Koko, they distributed over 10,000 forms, putting in Spanish program. Yesterday, we had the permanent secretary from Ministry of Telcavo funding going to earn $200. Those
Saudi.
Yeah. No, but I'm just saying of them. I'm just speaking about it because it's the situation.
Yeah.
10,000 signatures forms were given to young people yesterday in Melavatala, Spain. Are you not thinking of brain drain? Are you not thinking of how many people we are losing? What if 10,000 more? You take 100 million, 100,000 every young person out of those 10 FEMCO. Take them to Jahali and Pacha, or let them do in agriculture and see in 3 years we cannot feed ourselves. Ibrahim Traore is doing it in Burkina Faso. Is Ibrahim Traore different from us? What is wrong with us as a country? Basic things. We cannot think about it and come up with those policies and to shape the dimension and the dynamics of the country.
Okay. Sekou, you know, this government, do you mean for is true, is subsidizing a lot. I just sit and imagine, Natra subsidize kam metalla mintole. Fuel ika subsidize le. Narek bukafo. Ni SO8, none of them is profit making. Government like here Jurel inherit about Jula Dron. We saw the report called they gave 4 billion as tax waivers, and most of those tax waivers, Mileka qualify, you're bringing food. What is over from the central bank? Could they do more? Ya bring the coffers kono. Ya di more. Put the more not. Where do you mean? Sakunda ko pura die sonia. Now, if you are taking 4 billion of our resource to give it to people for tax waivers, the objective, I guess, is put the more die sonia. When Sakunda the UK can put the more die sonia. Una tinga the more government sonia no hanisai Saikou Mballow.
Okay. First of all, let me summarize because you touched on the security aspect.
Yes, yeah.
Mawoma.
Yeah.
It is unfortunate for any country. They can do that total thing. But we are concerned about Gambia. But in Melbekering thing, Nalong Abe Hapun can do that because I'm very familiar with what is happening all over the world.
Yeah.
But then I'm concerned about my own country.
Yeah.
I mean, one thing, Dodou Jah, I don't know whether you or Dodou Jah mentioned about this community policy. Me, I am in for this community policy.
Yeah.
It's very important because Nim Faro Bay, most of them near Jube are Kera Nyame.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Kera Nyame. Wala munyintiko mo mele alongo ida wujal. Nimuna wujaleti, tenin sonkata or out of jealousy, or nimuna boyfriend leti, or nimuna teneti. Yeah, understand. Or nindo korole duntan tema, I kodo falling or something. Double money doubling.
Yeah.
You can report on men sort. Most of these things, you can know normal wala, you can know far. How can we stop that, or how can we detect that quickly and prevent? Prevention is better than curing. Through community policy. Ninga community policy in Soto.
Yeah.
Dulal ni sonko kumasira or kudo bekeri mol tema. They can detect it quickly. And they can intervene ko nyil ila temo mandia. Or nyin teri man nindongol melbita kan nyola thing. There is a problem. But ni wotije jamin police the police commandila for police wale na mo aka time tal. So in that aspect I support the police to think of having community policing. Among the community policing, one thing for Ambije, we are thinking of, I mean, having numbers. Yeah, the emergency numbers. Police only enter emergency numbers over like 911. No,
yeah, 112. Yeah, 112 is that.
If you are living within Manjai, you be answer within. You tell them in Manjai. Manjai police be answer in that area. If you are living in Saraji police station.
But do the police have all the resources? The resources.
No, but wrong. I'm telling you what we are working on.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
Good.
Because Rome was not built in a day.
No.
When they kachaka, then the Kujama Menjeka, Harini Highway.
No.
But Alay Mol Marco B. Momo Nata Gambia, people are admiring Gambia.
Definitely.
I'm not talking about
That's true.
So the idea, let us not underrate the main discourse content.
No.
Because idea can develop things.
Yeah.
Security can they listen different ideas. Model finance they listen different ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, understand.
Yeah.
So until we make kachak and things like this security aspect in community policy,
it's very important.
police only will introduce a more map.
Okay,
okay, nying robbery, robbery member carry like robbery. Robbery war police right now. The police they have created a joint operation. Okumazera already. Police, army, the police, army, and in immigration. Will be tell the patrol sign. Throughout 4 nights, day and night sign. Okumazera ngamira a few days ago.
Okay.
Joint operation be kala dula to tari. Ibajela ko ni hani more than 10 chocho siara. They can stop and find out. Aboko do the for what is happening. Can we help you? What's going on?
Yeah.
Somebody might come and say, then they will know that there is a problem there.
Yeah.
Then he said, Nima walking, Nima ofo. They can also from there, near modo looking suspicious. Can I see your bag? Maybe you can see a knife, or you can see a pistol, or something else.
Yeah.
Seizing all those things, you are helping the community. Because might be war near in an isolated area, I must hold an in telephone or other man telephone. I see what threat you know. About for a call, don't must a telephone.
Yeah, and that's what they do.
He will give it to him at Ivory. So, by detecting all those things, this is what the police have come up with. This joint operation is going to be throughout.
Okay.
They have started a few days ago. I don't know, 3-4 days ago.
That's good.
Ibagelal is going throughout the. And don't be surprised, they stop you. You come from here, they stop you. Miss, can I see what is in your bag?
I can't stop there. But that is very, no, but that is good. I have so much respect for law enforcement. No, I have so much.
Barrow is harassing.
No, I have so much respect for law enforcement.
Be tolerant.
Yes.
Now we give the security for an
okay.
Yeah. Police all watu tambida police all beri la ka isilanta yalo muratin ika silang ikane 2 mindiko yen haras. We have seen people beating the police officers recently. People slapping police officers.
Very unfortunate.
Immigrations.
Yeah.
Woman yanna kela.
Is that right?
No.
Is he hani okay in other places, Mali or in Senegal?
No,
that's
right.
That more you slapping.
That's
that
right.
day you regret it.
That's
but
right.
what happen kanja? More police all come most of it. Get out. I have seen that.
That's wrong. That's wrong.
I am driving behind the police all stop. I can't go think.
That's wrong.
Behavior have to change.
Yes. That is true.
Definitely.
If you are blaming modo like security, tending to let Anganyo Bunya, Nini ala uniform I meant do. A man to call for himself. He's doing it to protect us. Abelori Siloka. Here I stop. Stop.
This exercise I mean for police or minister is very important.
But another up to democracy. Because the old Bakolako is democracy. It's my right. Left of men.
No, that is totally wrong.
I told you to more educate. Is your all responsibility journalist. A man called Barrow every day in the studio. Is Barrow. No, you educate the community. More to behave like Gambian movement be dokola. Will be security member supermarket to will be dokola.
Even 40 million have been told. So in total public relations,
you see,
I think when you mean for thing, it's very important. I think, to be honest, respect for law enforcement is paramount.
Definitely.
But also empowering them. Any exercise mean for Natra police only start. This is laudable. But will they have the resources to do it? Because I mean resources, because community workale. I mean police will need to mean motoda mante. Police will need ikagile diniwe police will naikang. Because you have no police will you have no police case police will be police overpowered.
Yes.
So they need to have transportation, but they also need to have resources. Exactly. Because we also should secure our police officers. Because
speaking of equipment, but then we'll discuss that. We don't want to say that. What we have I mean, advisors, there was a time, I think few months back, you saw us advisors within the inspector.
The IGP, yes, yeah.
We met him and we discussed about different issues.
Okay.
Various issues. Maybe protection. We discussed about this, I mean, our police.
Okay.
Among that, we put that across. We think it's a good idea. But for now, we have to put into consideration. Follow. Model BJ am dealer.
They are trigger happy.
Yeah.
Anybody,
I wanted to say,
yes, they can beat Kemo.
Yeah, and that's not,
We train them.
Yeah.
That's what we told, during our meetings, we came into conclusion, follow, training, Janibe arms dealer, distributor.
Exactly.
Let's train them. Yeah. Otherwise, you will hear every day, police will carry shoot, or police carry step. Then that will come straight to Barrow. They will not say police, they will say Barrow be more lipa can. So that's why we are working on that process. I mean, our phone, the police are working very hard to make sure that they protect the people. Pistol arms be sorola, pepper spray be sorola, and in Kujama they are going to have that.
So
Janning kana I meant for it's important to tell the public. Hopefully information can it can be very important, but it just give people
peace of what is about. Because exactly. Something is wrong. So what is government doing to alleviate the situation in Bangkok and the more price high and like I said, tax waivers will be businessman on lal. This is something that government is doing.
Let me tell you, Malon Foya Kalamuta for people like Dodou Jah and in Korean Dole, they are involved in this agricultural rice growing side.
Yeah.
Malon Foya, we meet the president, meet the people's store. Wo Faro ni Tata J. Ni mol sonta Gambia no sonta kadoko kije. Within 1 year, Jang in this country, ma foko onte mano orala bari abitalala bad. Ado imda manti. Koreanol nata. They are all involved. Will be involved.
No, all fans have been doing it for so long now.
Up to you, Ara.
Exactly.
More Jama they are involved. Left a walla. I know the process is slow because you start sign.
Yeah.
If within short time, Kafoko sign, everything is correct. Because time all Janibe feel all be clear la sign thing. If they are up to Tamba Sansa, Dolbe out, Dolbe Dulal Dol, will be Farol be Dokuka, Manobe. How many you are already started? Yala Manoje, 1,900 you can get it in some places. Scientific, we are starting.
Those are not confessional means from India. They gave it to Yona and Dodou Jah and others. So Masakunda Tala. Yona is selling it 9,900. Jafanambake rebag, but that rice came.
Origin Indian origin.
And government layer for Tala. India.
And also another point. I think it's a great idea because we have even taken steps. But that was what I was saying. We have opportunities in Spain and in Saudi. Why don't we look for grants? For example, the Africa Development Bank will be willing to sponsor something like that because they are in for food security. Even World Bank. Or we can even look
from our own resources. From our own resources, yeah.
Take 1,000 young people. They are willing to be trained. They are willing to go through the process. The whole idea of Dodou Jah is a fantastic idea. I don't have a problem because in the end, but it's also giving monopoly to one individual. Competition. Social democrat. I like providing welfare for people. I like to make sure competition is a market. It's a price bejila. It's a fun and people consumer level enjoy. If possible, bring this to cabinet through Presidential Adviser Saikou. Instead of looking at 1 or 2 businessmen, I do understand giving these loans for now or giving these projects, you need to look at someone who can deliver. But why can't we bring in experts? For example, Nerika introduced Gambia. It was the same process. They brought in experts, they trained our people. Bring in young people, give them seed money, give them grants. take them through the chairman, for example, chairman horticultural alia rice production KJ. You do fish farming, for example. You do a lot of these things. I can tell you, Gambia has one resource we don't even know. Is the River Gambia.
Yeah.
River Gambia, if you start from here, the Bolonko, well, it's Bolonko called, you know. Ninga irrigation system correctly was in Bangkok. We can farm year round.
Exactly.
If northern Nigeria is doing it, desert all from BJ. Why can't we do it?
We can do it.
And secondly, for about the security issue, we must look at the security sector reform, SSR. We have been singing about it, but the process has been very slow.
Yeah.
I've seen workshops, I've seen DCAF here, I've seen IDA here. It's not going to, every single day a workshop is being held in this country. Every single day, know it or not. But what is the outcome? How are we impacting the people that we are representing? How are we having impact on the day-to-day lives of the people? Once we are able to have security sector reform, it can in training them of police officers. It can education of training police officers. That is what will assess if there's a need assessment based by Kala 4. It is important for police whole arm because you guys are advisors, but you are not experts in security. You have not done a need-based assessment to know for Gambia is because some of us are traumatized when it comes to issues of security, men being armed in this country. So how do you balance that? So we'll be a question of men in Nyanta. Thirdly, the drugs that are coming into this country. I've seen the drug law enforcement agencies doing a good job.
This new director,
but look at the Cabinet court. Someone who has brought drugs in worth millions, fined $500,000. So what is the point? Because we need to look at the legislations. Do you know even Kush in this country? There's no legislation that covers Kush. And Kush is the biggest drug affected. Sponsor private member bills. Talk to parliamentarians. In the constitution. Everybody being tried on Kush or other drugs, it can be tried marijuana or marijuana charges. These are things I know because I've had training with Drug Law Enforcement Agency and Nyinkuol Bijele. Empower the institutions we have in this country so that we will be able to tackle some of these things. The drugs we're having is having a direct impact on the rest of crime in this country. Because it is impacting a lot of people and causing a lot of psychological issues. And funding Kelbe Bataka, I'm a youth counselor. I deal with young people every single day. Just 2 months ago, I had a program called Campe Outreach, where I'm funding Kelbe Bataka to different campuses in KMC. If you see what drugs, and jail and drug law enforcement agency ke partner niake. If you see what drugs are doing in this country, and unfortunately, the regulations are unfortunate because our borders are porous. It comes back to security. The only time they get caught is when there's a tip-off. So these are all issues. But these are things they will have direct impact and beneficial positioning
on all of us.
For all of us. So what are number for that?
That's why we be discussing about them. And your platform here is very important. Unless you misuse it. Make it a UDP platform. You cannot, Gambian cannot.
This man.
Gambian cannot benefit. But this is a very important platform. Whereby you can educate the Gambian. They can get ideas people can develop.
Do you believe my platform is a UDP platform?
You say that people are running away from here.
No, I did not say that.
It's an old MPP.
No, I did not say that.
So that means they have.
This is not UDP. This is always here. You are always here. You are not UDP.
Yeah,
other people also come.
But you know me, somebody who.
But do you believe that honestly, on a serious note? But on a serious note,
you believe in discourse.
No, but on a serious note, do you believe?
I believe in dialogue.
No, but on a serious note, do you believe this platform is a UDP platform? On a serious.
But why do Lami Cham run away from here?
I don't know. Ask him.
Why do you think Dusa know the?
These are not again.
But if I'm not going to use this platform, somebody take advantage of it because then you know.
But if they come and you keep hammering, you're not giving.
We will hammer them because they're in government. If that is why they're not coming, let them stay. The worst part for them is if they don't come,
genuine criticizing them is good.
That's what I do.
But then if unfairly, like what we wanted to level on Ibrahim Silla, you see, that's why I said if you continue on doing this, Ibrahim will not come.
No, Ibrahim will always come if I want. If I want Ibrahim to come tomorrow, he will come. Because he knows very well that I'm very fair.
As a state minister, he come and says, this is what we have gotten. this is the results that we have gotten from our investigation. You should accept.
There was no investigation.
No, but you should tell us you
There
tell
was
the
no
people.
investigation. Why are you doing that? So, do that. It didn't
I'm not a brother. Why one man is not one year?
Chat. Wala ko dito. Wala ko dito sa iba. Hamna na gumilo lili. Wala ko man hanga man duwere nubu. Finally he Saikou Mballow. Jammeh audio bondile. Atel dal ni Dabo diamuta, ni Mama Kande diamuta, ni Esa diamuta, ni Madi diamuta. An say jabi de. Barinte lata Barrow Jammeh la ko na nate ftar airport ala Barrow so. La ko dai ko mo fa ala ka haji ko jak. Ala kuma na fo abuka jabi. Ala kuma fa abuka haji ka jabi.
No, but Jammeh.
So ni SFR yafo. Barrow hanga speaker SFR jabi. Kabiri SFR jabi ndele ni platform leto. One month ago.
Every time.
Hani sai Barrow ba jabi ka. Ni Dabo diamuta biso ko samanda Barrow ko so ni la jabi. Ni Mama Kande diamuta abuko fa jabi ba ka yalon kande ta ka kande. Bari muna tinan Jammeh ka follow fire of Kotika 4. Faka Kotika 4. Abuka jabi. Ala kuma fa abuka hani ko jabi.
But no, very far.
Ay ma jabi.
Not Jabi.
Jumala jabi.
Didn't you see it on your own paper, on your own platform?
Who? Henry Gomez.
Even Gajigo wrote my interview from quoted Maria Majallo Tranga FM, my interview with my...
Yeah, we wrote your story, yeah.
He wrote my story.
Yeah. But no, President Bukajab.
And also I went to Kim FM.
No, President Bukajab.
Yuma.
President.
President. Being told President, you want to tell me that every single statement, President Nyanta Ojabile. Then what is the essence of advisors, ministers, other people?
We're talking about the former president.
The former president, that's why I came out to say, ni Jammeh nada, Jammeh Gambia di ngoledi, ni among crime cause, or ni I crime cause, I crime main cause, I na, we would be happy, I na, and answer to the Gambian people. Now I'm going to write it. Don't mind Jammeh balina dia ni ama kuke.
Anyway, Jammeh ni race. And most of the things Jammeh ni race jang is a kumobeta. You can take everything away from him. But the things he raised, he talked about food, he talked about insecurity, he talked about how colonial, how institutional minalongo ayedoku animbetu yang ali atinya nyame. And he talked about all of this. Jammeh, I don't want to dwell into all those things. You know, don't want to duel. No, I never duel Jammeh. I'm looking for duel Jammeh.
Jammeh is
I am most powerful.
No. Jammeh Tija.
But I told him,
Jammeh Tija time, Jammeh be Equatorial Guinea. Ni I audio killing him to be man na time or Jammeh. Just because of food man sort of in Gambia. And then security man. Alcana body Alimbatu. I'm not going to run away.
Yeah, but
Mr. Another be fun. We welcome him. I mean, Luale Bija, ni Jammeh nada. He has something I nyanta sila na mena. Amanke Barodi. Ani Barrow man to the fena ni manke mayor election.
Yeah, but Mr. Mballow, yalon te ndeka me
But question of membi mijang. Ya two men di mena. Yalon for I word down.
fine, young one.
Denga utonga wole fo. Woman jare president, you don't need to answer this. Ini man sonka. Ibe boro an. Those are very childish. Bori ko anin fenko.
Okay.
Mune kuma yata je. Wole mo nyinti ko. We have something here me yalon ko. There are allegations. Ya two men di mena. Anyanta ala statement nyanta fola nun ko. Mbina kan yen two men di mena. Ndema woke. I will cry. Oni nata. I will apologize ni tele ake. I will apologize to the Gambia. Ni sonta wasalam. Ni man song. Denga dube ate wole mu ala
do Kemo 1 minute Jammeh la fenko.
Yeah, so until la femme for la ko Mr. Mballow ni membe kata jang Adama Barrow la cause because ni aje bi ya Jammeh be sembo sort la fabe diam I didn't even talk about this issue anywhere because personally I thought it was very irrelevant, but the reason Yaya Jammeh has built this confidence for Adam Barrow address thing is because of Adam Barrow. Adam Barrow has no respect and regard for victims of Yaya Jammeh. This is all lip service. Kabring election okanasi 2021. Jumala la samato dum. I'll have to green room dum. Adada kanil like at Yaya Jammeh la family jibe. Faram Barrow manko for unka father mo kajam far.
Yeah. Ha.
Jumala ning ada Yaya Jammeh la party alliance form ja. No. These are rhetorical questions.
Take Jammeh family out of this.
No. Hanire, Mbatu. Hey, Hanire. No, let me complete.
When we dealing with Yaya Jammeh.
No, let me speak.
Family.
Let me speak.
Very innocent.
Yeah.
Let me speak.
Yeah.
Let me speak. Okay, let me speak.
Alabama.
Can I finish? Can I finish?
Yeah.
Let us be honest.
We cannot transfer responsibility.
No.
We cannot transfer
any responsibility.
Okay.
What I'm saying, can I finish? Can I finish? Can I finish?
There is nobody who can mention party members.
Can I finish?
Yeah, go ahead.
You and your government emboldened Yaya Jammeh and empowered him to become the monster he is today. You went to Kanilai, because Kanilai and in the palace of Yaya Jammeh, Ali of Yaya Jammeh family meet, you met Yaya Jammeh and acknowledged him. Albota Woto, you formed a coalition with Yaya Jammeh's party. Albota Woto, you absorbed people who left for Equatorial Guinea, came back home, made them deputy spokesperson of your party and deputy speaker of this country. How do you expect Yaya Jammeh will not be confident to tell you anything he wants to tell you? I believe, you are not being honest and you are not being truthful to the victims of Yaya Jammeh and the Gambian people in general. Because in this country, everyone has been a victim of Yaya Jammeh directly or indirectly. Be it psychological, be it physical, be it verbal. So
let him stop there.
No, you don't want me to stop.
Okay, 1 minute. Wrap up.
Okay, I think Adam Barrow needs to really reassess what is going on because I tell our cause. And any power Yaya Jammeh members of them, I tell them because I tell them be encouraged. Today, Yaya Jammeh says, you know, I think for Adam Barrow because I am at your mercy. Naketa nungu Arambaro was serious. I think Koko Melbe keta the atrocities man keta in the 22-year rule of Yaya Jammeh. I will make sure I get to the latter of it. But he encouraged it. I victim all use before being for damning. And unfortunately for Yaya Jammeh, he is not only wanted by Fenko, the Gambian people. Yaya Jammeh tabola no Equatorial Guinea. Nde handi mol kwenye sade kono Yaya Jammeh kanko abedi amol atinano. Because even Ghana be solaring Yaya Jammeh because of the things he has done. But in Kamemfo, I think this should be a lesson for all. Kafoko ninko bekela, let us do the right thing. It's that we are not in situations like this. Ntekafo mole hanimel kafoko Yaya Jammeh, we want Yaya Jammeh to come back, we want Yaya Jammeh to come back. Fatunte niya muruni 2026. Yaya Jammeh landijang, Yaya Barrow landijang. Nakarte yadi na 10 times, mbadi la Adam Barrow na 10 times one again. Cartoon, I prefer him over Yaya Jammeh with everything that's going on in this country. Okay. And I just want that to be on record. Because I've started seeing conversations about that. We prefer Jammeh over Barrow, we prefer Jammeh over Barrow. If anybody who was member in Bangkok, Yalong Koleame Menunjang, ma believe for Imari Bofa.
Dodou Jah.
Yes.
Ite onye tichere ite ko Yaya Jammeh diamuta, ite unefo. Iko Jammeh nyadi. I saw that story.
I said no one can own a political party.
Jammeh tamala APRC.
No, I'm talking about legally.
Legally.
Momo tata.
Ateli ala patio tabulle.
Yes.
Dodou Jah ale minke Jammeh lo tourism leti. Ale ala patio le tabul. Ala patio lo. Ba jimban ko wala bijang. Baro la patio minti ni ndabo talo. Jammeh talo mata. Ale ala patio tabul.
Legally. No individual can own a party. If you go to IEC alone, you'll be an independent candidate. You will never form a political party.
Nana kalte borla.
Kabari kata munto.
Thank you ko the Noto Alliance PRO ko thank you Pamodu Mboko
former spokesman
Fabakari Tomboni si thank you atol malafi Jammeh nana because nana tali alme ko you are going to leave this country.
Leave this country.
Because obviously ale min kala ali alon.
Pamodu akamemfo amalondi killing soto ala kola. He was never an executive member of the APRC. For hearsay, molbe men satalai. But amantara nun konoto pour kalo membe kering. E along nyinin karo leketa about Jammeh memfo for my party. Ye nyinin karo la. I'm not only stopping at Jammeh. There is no single individual that can own a party in Bangkok.
Yeah.
Legally, luale man songwola. Ndeka jele fo.
Yeah.
Mol kana ta puria personalize. Isafo no, I'm the founder. I'm the pioneer.
Yeah.
You know, saying my party, text and context, difference be jele. But ownership, nteka wole fo.
Okay.
Mo kelinta parti londinola fansum parti londinola jang parce que loi le budget men nyanta kala yalo nimbulata loi noma even we will not have 19 political parties in Bangkok andu meta kafo 5-6 at a tambela wala molke la party form doro abanta yetasi dol party bi janne in Bangkok even a national bureau table that is against our own laws and then IEC allows them to exist.
That's true. That's very bad,
And law for in every region you should have a political bureau. If you don't have a national bureau, will you have a regional bureau? And these are the parties in existence cases only pake fan command political party. Akamunta
they are not
wole abuse nka wole tinya memma nyana kela. And party wo luwa mem for wole nyanta tamala. Ni keta nyaton koti ha itelom nyaton koti. Bari mota fala ko na party ni bota je dole be seyle noto andu surtout ni be banta ite pati nyaton ko ya nola loi le man son wala fana hadde loi son tabe kala nyaadi woto lungol wala wati fo telephone ke ni molye nyomoy grassroots fana buka operate wonya ntenga fode ako sa minul bi jaay bonde la is in charge personal ngo ngata fo nyato nga ko njibe abaron na nyaadi is impossible. You cannot talk to the grassroots directly. So I need information di intela ntata kemo nga faye asen doubt no ko I don't believe ko karile nyimfo. How would you prove that? Or you will go on calling and they will be recording your audios. You'll keep circulating that everywhere. The chances of that happening is practically impossible. Nte kawelefo wati na loi man som fam party mo killing ko abaro
it's not possible.
Anu niaje loi ko nyanta bureau sotola every region Jammeh be register you need at least 1,000 votes from every region sa itela mon la carte tala yela party lo andu yenyina mod. It's not fair.
It's not fair.
You need to have a bureau and people need to be politicking in that bureau.
So far, this is the reason why Barrow should not answer to
because they made you a political party.
Everybody in the party.
They made you a political party and you neglect them. You are after your own interest. Jang parti nyaton kol Jammeh be wole nyam. Ni la hajol jarata do rabanta. Ike mo la faye tamire to ka political discourse. I Jammeh babi je wo nafo ya chikale ya landi santo. Is it fair to the general public? So ñin ñanta falina le mentally gambe nul ma ñana se la ka foko kari le tamu ñim
patriote to ñalo
den ni kari ti jeedu
din karti jeedu patriote fala comme NPP la li min fo wato banda ko nata ti ako nata NPP be fala ya na mi ngo kam jakis la ente asai na kam sai kam to gon sanale la sai
ni baro diamu alko ay nyineke ay mistake ni aman diamu alko baro buka sonna diamu
ite ma ko interview to baro
no but ite interview to ba ite after
no kana
ko kungol nakini la nyol
inte la ka dabo sida baro sida no program ni coordinate nga moderate o program yade
we prepare somebody like CZ QTV
which is
who will be very neutral.
So Ali is neutral, I'm not neutral.
We need neutral journalists.
Yeah, at this point I'm you see, MPP can accuse me, and this is not fair. The way they continue to accuse me is the reason why their militants are attacking me and my journalists. And I'm going to say this, one of your senior members, my reporter, all the time, MPP ka coverage min soto ya morning ka cover ka tambi Kerr Fatou la soto hana le ni jo 40 million ka coverage min kale buka kale. But when my reporters go to your events sometimes ike attack ike afeko Mohamed Sabali, I'm going to say this. I learn in congressman tamida. No reporter taraje all the time after go opposition journalists. Feel drama sila kai ko dari fana wobleje. You know that is not nice. Facts still no be all. No, all the time. Okay, you know these are film column, stigmatization lum. Inte sa handle no go dinu buka handle. Ya inte sa inte dal kalale. I stick tambalo be baral. Inte chronic ta konole. But the team they are not. And I'm like, okay, can UDP, so what? I wear it with pride. But I can come on the way now. But I think that is, you know, I told, so can I have a UDP come on? I can stigmatize.
Even for online, some of your guys, I mean, they are everywhere in political parties. you have extremists. But it's also another problem when you see ministers, for example, and even senior government officials validating Walla speech. For example, there are people online that are attacking people. Ika minister, they are liking and sharing those things. So we need to sanitize our politics.
We are used to that now.
We need to sanitize it.
But the good thing is,
people bear a responsibility to be democratized. Democracy is not an easy fix.
Yeah.
Yeah, understand.
It should start with you. The president is our boss. The president.
We have to be tolerant. Discourse for banko e fansoro. Future generation e fansoro. But ni momo ko ibe fa mutala. Ite sonna. Mbenyo nenila. Mbenyo kelendila. Yamela wosi banko sambanya. Wala tina Barrow. Modba par. You see how tolerant Barrow is. Dorka si ala sobota spanta kampa. Barrow don't never sonna nyin. Barrow don't never sonna nyin. Because he's tolerant.
Nte femfola. Nte time dembe. Sai MPP monte ni ka tough question la.
But it MPP melke criticize. Ini melke jote. Wala muni monte alonko.
Nte mo ka jote. Imam position so. Hani nte mo ka jote. Nte mo ka jote. Nte ka sinda mama kan nte da ma. Ni nte folan ka fo jote. Tata. Lebo nte hal na sa ko mo ka side. So ni mo wala fa mi nte jela. Nte na so ko abanta. Abanta nte mo ka songa. Hani yamba na post ko ka na njabi ko ko befo. Muka delete muka bon. I'm used to this.
Parental cabin be.
Interview so
President.
President.
I look forward to that. Saikou Mballow, interview. Can you coordinate that interview for me with the president?
With the president?
Seriously, I want to have.
Send a letter.
3 years.
The request for the press. I'm not the president.
I request, but can you lobby it for me?
No, I'm not a lobbyist. I am here to protect the interest of the president and also the country.
But do you think
I am violent?
I'm saying, anywhere in the world, right? I can write to the press, but I have people who lobby for me, right?
Yes.
So
you find a lobbyist, not me.
But can't you do that for us? But can't you do that?
So can't you do that for me?
Huh?
It's my interest.
It's not my role.
So it's
my role is ni or nada. As the presidential advisor, yalo muna role. Ni fato nada from the press.
How was my interview in the interest of the nation?
You sit down with the president.
But for the interest of the president. But then the nation wants to be informed.
But somebody is there whose role is.
I'm going to change. I'm going to change because this is not good. I have to change.
40
million.
No, maybe I have to change. Never change that. Man, I have to change. Because the fact that this is how they look at me. Like my interview is not for the interest of the nation. I have to change. I'm going to stop criticizing MPP. I'm going to stop questioning you. Have questions. I'm going to do what you. I left them in the same way. No, I left them in the way. Because I'm tired. I'm just going to do what you guys want.
No.
Now, okay, Kerr Fatou. Halamal Barrow. Halamal Barrow.
No, but Tonya nte lot of platforms mabeta menna Fatou criticizes the UDP. Akadabo criticize in my press. Niaka nyama akafole. When it's against you, be it even us APRC, akaberobune. Ntesa said there.
So saying no, get out of my conference.
Tonya, I love the honorable Tentula.
Yes.
Na visitor.
No, but I took No.
And abukafo ko, you know, ninkari te sila wala ninkari ta fola. He's open to all. akala miro fole, he listens to people and he reasons. The last time, even the finance minister, I shared a platform at the brunch. After the program, now we need to be engaging the media. When he discussed about the budget, I understand. He cleared a lot of doubt. So nyimu kule timi alonko ni media solata Ibrahim Silala time babu la nantana aladang. Ay kacha nyo sabo at the end of the day cool be koilale. Mi alonko mulka budo men media la nafat. Ite anafalon. Wala ni ite buka hesike which is very important. And media cannot be friendly to all of us. Sometimes kuma dul men kanyininka buka ke afaye based on people mulu. Misal dem dese naja ku se fono about Dodou Jah nse nano juna na si kachayeke na nyininka mabe ko ndela but if the cameras are on abe nyininka la koteke pour minul be jibero la wala yalo munon this is the thing ala kumayo menti wobu ntembe tentula be jeyla. And I'll continue to encourage Kanyinten. We know you are busy. As a presidential advisor, iman time so to ntenga cool on jail. But keep it on. Keep it on. Keep it on. Ntembembe ole fola. Fatou Fanang, she has a thick skin. Tonya menka fire can. Nama osotola. Ujama biji abatulage. Come on, tell me. Yes, but Akakatele based on the topic, she invites everybody. But she's open. Kajeko, okay, ninga kari komandi, do fanamba komandi la eke kuti member balance la. Kachake. Imagine cabin program starta. Ibe diabukang. Kemo kandita kako hani, I stop. Abula yelan yalo maybe naketa nu set up avant okay nada mutadora ala kuntale nyimfo bari she wants decorum so that people can understand the cake tonya you know people can associate Kerr Fatou Kerr UDP that is people's belief bari woma shake andunte fana lafta encourage la on that kemo fana mbafala dinno holom bari niya engage wato wata ka diamole ay men lo andu nada mutamol ka karana lundo ka fintile this is what we need when it comes to young people wala nante buka encourage young people kasi miriato you know ka kuma dol fo ka alfal attack nim kumalla mi alonko you know what do bije is not respectful but when it comes to battle of ideas hanni moli la moy molbe fenne karanna je nyinde nyanta kala you know bankola kola nga kol kachanga landi tableau abe sirinja aka advice jamaledi asa fe no okay ntemu UDP le na londi ndingo membe mbulu matu nga mabu foni UDP be man sakonda hani bare menje ko ni banko ena faso to aba na fala andum bebe wala nyama ndu nyinnam tonya nte wati do bije nindi amuta fa mol kan nyini kala foyte be alliance mol kam muta ko ka alliance le attaque hani nka kudol men koyndi itol saje ko ay men fa man nyanna fala bari ni la moy kendeke nka sene yandiro kele andu aka moja male ma ko this is media this is the media have different opinions, different viewpoints, but nimman kacha nga bondi nga nyosaba molta understand
Kemo, what about the rest of the program was on
Tebe Mobet and Tlambeja, and it's always a pleasure pour Kanajang, Kerr Fatou, but the co member for the role in conversation on Yanta Continental. Because Gambia is at a crossroad. And be it the constitution, be it just changing government, be it everything that we are looking at. Is important and more informed. What I realize is, especially Allah Vox Pops or Alkamenke. There's this lady that you once earlier, I think, in Brikama market. Fenko Bakumoto. And she dilated and expressed separation of power very simply. Ko Mansakunda Mansamanya Nabulo so like a deputy on the nomination of members of parliament. Yes. Kabra explained I was so fascinated. So I'm gonna mean well people do understand what they want. And people do know ilafta nyenala. But menga kadron platform because or they don't have the conversations men banil enforce la prila miro yetna. So platforms like this is well long things me anko nyante encourage. And political and if you talk about Ntolu Kabrim dindi mere na dunda political based on political socialization and a culture and everybody knows Baka has always been a political battleground. So Ntolu well and dundi political but I'm happy fananko B there are a lot of young people me anko political nka fole ko menketa in the past nga forge ahead ngaji be how to build on that and for me ndaka menji wolom ko how do we move on from where we are today as a country to a higher height there's so much potential in this country. There's talent in this country. Support them also.
Yeah.
So for me, I think it's a good platform putting him, Mr. Mballow, because he's an advisor to the president.
Yes.
He has access.
Yeah.
Probably he sits with the president at least once every week.
Yeah.
And the president is a cool phone. Let him tell him, but as a young people or a representative, to tell him, and how do we see how to move on with it. But I want to thank him because among a disparity jibe.
Yeah.
And amajibe ko nyun mudino. I don't respect. Even remember, I know some of his children so atante wuluno, you understand?
Yeah.
So andung so akada nyawo nyafana, you have to give that. Wala nanka ko ntolu akada nyawo nyambe political kono, but we are also Africans.
Yeah.
And we are also Muslims. So you cannot take that away from the conversation.
Yeah.
But notwithstanding, Kerr Fatou encourage like keep doing that, and Allah vox pops alkamenke ntakajibe bakele. And a lot of people watch it a lot.
Yeah.
I think it gives a platform to people who are not like us.
Yeah.
Who don't have
the normal platform like
but
this.
But they now have an opportunity to speak and tell people what they want.
Yeah.
So Mr. Dawani Barola Sio, like I said, we don't have any problem with it. In fact, know it or not, there have been many tries to have that in the past. Unfortunately, Abuka is successful. So Mr. Barrow wants to sit down and have a conversation. We're open to Atalafo. So ngabatu ngajibe for he will come forward. But men duala walam gamen all say nyaale 2026 faling wasake banko kan isaje gambe sita nyato lafta after dane.
Fego.
I mean, Fatou, thank you very much. Me Dodou Jah Fran kontona. Mba tentuna.
Yeah.
I mean, the same thing, Kemo Bojang. It's a young person, but then he has ideas.
Yes.
Ideas. I can learn that.
Yeah.
Because of my experience. Fatou, Ntolnga political start, I was very young. In 1996, I was the first elected Secretary General of the UDP. Singulier Secretary, President of the UDP. Lamin Wajwara. Get a propaganda secretary. Kabin Wajwara Palaso Dilala and in Brikama. First Congress of the UDP. Who are Abejan Yambure in Communicado. Dolnga ko bere takija. Wala ti nante politico mbuka I don't mbuka muta ko kubati. Pour ka muta moy.
Yeah.
Men ngamen taki. I will never go through that.
That again, yeah.
Lota election ita muta on voting line, on the line to voting. It can be round up. Defang yen samba, yen arrest, yen sindi. Ni takita wo bela yo ko beje wo be tambita dol be mu ko kilin le ya understand dol be mbadi kilin mote mo bondi no la jam why should I have problem with somebody
yeah
ni bita kam ni jamano to be tomorrow is coming mo nene ma mira ko watu tambita jang men be ke kan wo be kala history mo nene ma wo mi we were in exile for 18 years buka hanija ni bina kan annam ba ma ni ab sasa I came here for election observation in Senegal 2012 between Macky Sall and Abdoulaye Wade. But I was wanted. Man crime cause, man more lipa, man more somkan. Just because my political my mother, I have to pay motor luas secretly. Yes, samba velengara. Data through Tamba Kunda. Kaje, Nanyoje, then Mursa Dakar, then fly Tamba.
Wow.
Takira Mobila. But be woman history. Wala tina ni mol ko ya Jammeh manyane ka foko ala bula. Aina sai ngamira he has learned
lessons.
Je dunia man ke fenti. Dunia mu do man lefi. Ndenga wala nga je woya wala tina ni ya can come and say ntela nga nyinke o nga nyi mistake o teninte. Wa tutani gambe nolla baro manyana interfere ala wala. Barrow election ne be teman win election bari say Barrow cannot protect him animal temo that's the issue hadama dingo nyanta wole you should be very careful ni karata in power ni ko soto ini hadama dingo tema you have to be very careful because you don't know what is happening tomorrow so be wole dan be mol yamar la wala gambe non nya they should be very careful nganyo respect nganyo bunya ya understand ndol watu tambira nteni ndol ni usel dawo you cannot say anything to Hussein Dabo. Then for America, people know it.
Yeah.
If I don't find any, people insult me. Say, Mballow Hussein Dabo la don't already. They insult me everything. I don't care. We are focused about the Gambia democracy now. Call me any name. Because I don't want it.
Yeah.
I am not. I'm a puppet to anybody. But I had a focus. When we need to go Gambia democracy muru na prasi but need democracy now. I can come here and go back and go anywhere and do what I want. I have my knowledge. After Gambia knowledge was concept sort of. Let them forget about kari. Let them focus on Gambia Italian. It's for the future generation. Ni jantata nyato B. Barrow is going. Barrow Ameta or Meta. Barrow is going.
2026.
The Gambia stays.
Kemo Bojang. I got 2026. Boyo Minkere in 2021.
Wait a minute, you better ground.
The Barrow be Gambian or be ala doko Barrow Cairo Mindi Gambani doko ala project. Nini any candidate nati. They will regret. The Lapatum high to less. High to less. I'm telling you this. As far as Barrow candidate, Barrow did wrong. I cannot pay for more than the campaign of Kelai. The farmers, the businessmen, the honey media, they will all campaign for Barrow.
Yes. Because of the 40 million, they will definitely. Because
Cairo, Barrow is sitting out Cairo. Abuka Motoni, Abuka Lapi Motoni. And after everybody to have your freedom, you'll have your sort of. That's it. He's not worried.
Yeah.
And Gambia left somebody like that. Not somebody who wants to be very petty, going after people, troubling people. You don't want that. Gambia don't want that. Give them their peace. I don't mean the cake and I mean cake and with this agriculture core. Ni wob na the four meter Gambia no ila kono father. They have their freedom. If the core base of they will Barrow Nico Ababulala. For I buried it, but they will not accept. Because they will force him to do it. See, Jan, it's a problem. So, I'm telling you this.
Yeah.
A month ago, I am serving as an advisor. This is what I wanted when I was fighting for democracy. I wanted somebody who will give the people their freedom.
Their freedom.
The media, the activists. Momo diam.
But I will rap can.
Marijoba every day. Marijoba I dream Barrow.
I look at Minde Bango call of
Barrow every day. Barrow. I allow T-shirt 2021. Because we have decided. Because Barrow 2021 is defeated. Vote wrong. 2026 we are going to defeat him. Because
Barrow is our president.
What Barrow can jail it. But it is the people who decide. They are the people who are going to vote. Not say Mballow vote Dama or Marijoba. It's the Gambian people who are going to, the majority who are going to decide. Who is going to be.
And they are going to decide for Barrow 2026.
I don't care more, more trading can. Mba no abantale. They are coming up with data. I don't know what
Okay.
Welcome to
the team. Thank you very much, Kemo. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dodou, for always coming. Saikou Mballow, I had to drag him at a Congress because I told the MPP got me behind the new platform or other
around 3 months.
Yep. At a state house meeting, every hour in call. At a GRTS, every hour in call.
I had to be in the state house. They were meeting to around 4. What I put with this panel at the GRTS, I had to go there. Sorry that I gave you the okay for 4, but I have to go to the RTS. The director of press.
But also like straight and
also the police PRO and also the army PRO. We had to go there.
Thank you very much, Saikou. Thank you, Dodou. It's worth it. Thank you very much. Thank you. And because if they don't come, it makes our show in balance. Exactly. Because we are, regardless they're here or not, we are going to talk about these topics. Exactly. So it's good for them to come and defend it. Yes. So this is why it's good. So what's in our better outcome?
na kabir ein call na credit ko banta na credit ko banta folon kay ko mbadu nga jube ko na credit I credit I 2000 credit African dundi na credit presidential adviser with a credit go sponsor. Can you imagine presidential adviser with a credit go sponsor? Let me bless you. Credit banta let me counsel but the African akuntuda so akonyo ko mbadu let me put this thing let me bless you. 200 300 kela I get wrong 2000. That's what. Okay, let me bless you. So I thank you very much for that, definitely. Barrow is our Barrow. Modo konga fu janko Barrow is our Barrow. Barrow is our Barrow. Come rain, come sun, Kemo Bojang. Good night. In 2016, if you repeat it, I will vote. You will vote for Barrow. I know. Barrow Taman Cyril B. What a wrong. But program will be at the back and honestly, I love the show. It was very interesting. Thank you very much. Good night to you all, my team. Thank you. See you again. Bye-bye. Thank you. All right, thank you.
We are happy to announce the launch of our new logo. We have evolved since our incorporation in 1997, and it is time to refresh our new look to reflect who we are today. Before I reveal our new look, however, walk with me while I take you through our journey of the last 25 years. Trust Bank was incorporated on July 3rd, 1997 and began operations on October 1st, 1997. Following the collapse of the parent company of its predecessor, Meridian, the CBG stepped in and recapitalized the bank and held the shares in trust, thus the name Trust Bank. In 1999, the first investors who responded to the IPO and paid $1.50 per share received their maiden dividend of 50 bututs per share. In 2000, the bank fully paid back its investment by declaring another dividend of $1.20 bututs per share, making it a cumulative dividend per share of $1.70, which was 20 bututs above the purchase price. Between 2002 to date, share capital has increased from $27 million to $200 million, indicating that the bank has grown organically by plowing back profits to increase capital, while at the same time paying dividends to shareholders. The bank was listed on the Ghana Stock Exchange in November 2002, being the first ever cross-border listing in the sub-region. Now let's talk about awards. The bank was awarded the insignia of the National Order of the Republic of the Gambia, ORG, in the year 2010 by His Excellency the President of the Republic of the Gambia. During the past years, the bank has received so many national and international awards. Banker Magazine, 6 times. Global Finance, 6 times. Gambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry, 5 times. We began operations with 3 branches. Now, we have 18 branches and 20 ATMs and counting. On digital services, mobile app, check. Online banking, check. Transaction alerts, check. Watch this space. We've got more coming. Creating employment, yes, we've got that too. 400 and counting. And we take great care of our people too. Medical insurance, life insurance, private and state pensions, annual pilgrimages for both Muslims and Christians, training, yes, we do them all. One team, one family, one goal. That's the Trust Bank spirit. On corporate social responsibility, we have spent over $50 million in various causes. We care, and so we share. Over the years, we have paid over $1.6 billion to our shareholders, which translates to a whopping $20 per share and counting. Phenomenal returns for our shareholders who purchased at $1.50. Corporate taxes, over $1 billion is paid. Our journey started with a vision to create the kind of company that delivers quality services and innovative products with an inspired team dedicated to serving our customers, our environment, and our communities at large in the most caring manner. We remain fully committed to delivering excellent services to each of our stakeholders, customers, employees, shareholders, and partners. So, we remain true to who